JJD. I'm your host Josh, and we are here for the match watch-along of the upcoming game, semifinals, first one between Italy and Spain. The Euros are almost over, and yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well today. Hopefully you'll be here to enjoy a nice little match watch-along. Be sure to let me know what the predictions are as we will go through the lineups first, because they're just sitting right there nicely on the screen for us, and we'll take a good little look at them. Hey Josh, what's up bro? Not much weight, how you doing today? Hope you're doing well, hope you're excited for this first semifinal. I'm sure most of you probably want to see an Denmark-Italy final, maybe. That's kind of what I'm going for, so hopefully this game will go one of a couple ways, and hopefully it'll see to Italy. But Italy's got a decently strong squad on display here today. They're going with the 4-3-3. Donnarumma is in net. De Lorenzo's right back. Bonucci, Collini, the old guards are the two center backs, with Emerson, who's filling in for Spinazzola. At left back, Verratti, Jorginho, and Nicola Barella are the three center mids, with Chiesa, Insigne, and Immobile leading the line. Where Spain's looks a little bit interesting as well. Unai Simon is in net. Azpilicueta is playing right back. Garcia, Laporte are the two center backs, with Alba left back. Busquets, Pedri, Koke are the three midfielders, with Torres, Olmo, and the big surprise is no Morata leading the line. I don't think that's the smartest idea, in my opinion. I feel like you need to score. I don't think Spain's overly great at creating chances for them. Well, they are good at creating chances, but they don't have someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. And they opted to go without a striker, without Alvaro Morata, who has scored a couple goals in today's fixture, but I don't know. What can you do? They're not going for it. Luke Carey says Italy versus Denmark final. I agree. That's kind of what I'm looking at too. I'm hoping that we got U.S. men's national team Trump here. Interesting character to join us today. Hope you're doing good. Hello, my friend. Member here on the channel. Hope you're doing well. Luke says let's go. Heyo. Hey Josh, how you doing, guys? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're excited for this match. Euros are coming to a close. And we're hoping for a Denmark championship. We gotta be. It has to be the country we're all going for. Hey Josh, how you guys doing? I'm thinking 3-1 to Italy. 3-1 to Italy. Good prediction. I feel like it's gonna be an interesting one. If I get my score prediction correct, you have to wear a Bayern kit for the vid. Whoa. You did a bold one, 4-3. That'd be a wild prediction. A Bayern kit. I don't know if I can pull that off. I don't know if I can pull off a Bayern kit, but 4-3 Italy is a pretty ballsy prediction. So at least he made it a little bit interesting for me. So hopefully that'll be fun. But 4-1. I'm assuming you're meaning 4-1 for Italy. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm thinking something along the lines of a 2-0 game. 2-0 for Italy. That's kind of who I want to win. We will have to wait and see how the match goes. But I don't know. The Italians are the hottest team, and honestly, I don't really want England to win. So I need to find a team that I think is going to take down England, and it for me is probably going to be Italy over Spain. I just don't see Spain's firepower really being all that convincing, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. Dude says 2-1 for the Italians. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assumption. Any one player for both teams. Who do you want to be linked to BBB? One player from each team who I personally want to see linked to Dortmund. That's realistic, I guess. Would be, it's interesting. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like it'd be a winger probably, so probably like Torres if he decides to leave City, or Chiesa if he decides to leave, good old Juve, but I don't know, let me know who you guys think. If there's a player on one of these two squads that you'd like to see come to Dortmund. Have you heard any news about Madueke? I just had an interview with a PSV supporter just before coming live here on Madueke and if he's coming to Dortmund. Kind of seems like like the chances of getting Malen are much higher, in my opinion, than Madueke. But we're going to have to wait and see. That video should maybe be out tomorrow for you guys, so it will be interesting. Eric is going for the Italians today. England are against the world. England are against the world. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, who do you guys want to win the tournament? For me, I want Denmark to win the tournament. It's a story. It'd be just, I don't know. It'd be an incredible story. And I don't know. The underdogs, a dark horse. It'd be a story similar to Greece's. Who doesn't want that? 3-1 for Italy for Eric. Wants the Italians to win. I'm backing you, Eric. I'm honestly seeing a very low-scoring game. I'm going to say 1-0 Italy, actually. 1-0 Italy is my prediction. Bastoni, maybe. Bastoni would be a unbelievable signing for Dortmund, but it just, yeah. A lot of them are unrealistic. I don't see any of these players really coming in. Berlardi could have been an example if he left Sassuolo and we didn't go for Daniel Malen, but Insigne for me is a dream to BVB. For me too, but again, I did think he would be way too much money and not fit the profile, but I'm a huge fan of Insigne, would take him in a heartbeat. Yeah, it's a little unrealistic because Italy got a very solid last midline. They do. Shrek is here, says, Hola, my man, how are you doing today? If you take over the midfield, you'll be the winner. Yeah, Barella is probably, out of that midfield, the one that I would like to take a look at the most. I'm a big fan of Barella. But again, in terms of just how much money that they're going to cost, I don't know, it's going to be tricky to try to get them in here. But yeah, Sociedad's, he could be a winger as well. He's playing with Isaac right now, so wouldn't be too bad, but I don't know. I'm very surprised they didn't go with a striker today. I know Morata has his flaws, but I mean, he has scored a couple goals in the tournament already. He is a natural number 9. And even Gerard Moreno, I can't believe they haven't went with a true number 9. They went with the false 9 kind of look. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. Morata is on the bench, but I don't know. But yeah, he is a good player. I would take him too. He's a good winger, versatile as well. What do you think about JJ going to Getafe? Getafe has went on a roll. They've signed a few players now. They got Vitolo on loan. They signed JJ as well. And I believe there's a center back of somewhere that Getafe got. So clearly Getafe was pretty upset with the way they finished La Liga season and went out there for a bit of a spending streak. But I don't know. I feel like it's not a great club in terms of the way that they play football, if that makes sense. Like I don't see them as a very attacking team. So I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting move. Not one I would have predicted whatsoever. But we'll have to see how he does. Laporta got longer in the cup than France. Can't forget that. That is true. A player that France snubbed time in, time out. I think he absolutely made the right decision. Spain is a massive nation to represent. He's got Spanish in his blood. I mean, I think he grew up there. So yeah, I mean, kudos to him. He's a massive pickup for the Spaniards. I don't think their back line would have looked near as talented as it did without him. So I don't know, but the boys are getting ready to come on the pitch right now. Should be a lot of fun to see how they get in. Any news with links to BBB? Nothing really that's new. But we do have a video with a PSV supporter that will go up tomorrow, I'm thinking, or the day after. It's getting a PSV insider on Malen and seeing if he's going to come, talking about Noni as well. It should be an interesting little, very interesting little video. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. It gives a perspective on Malen and how he's kind of perceived over at PSV and if he is going to come as well. And yes, there will be a FIFA stream. I believe I was going to try to do it today, but I had to do the interview instead. So I believe at some point tomorrow and potentially the next couple days, we'll be doing, if Dahoud gets signed, if Dahoud signs his extension, we will be going and doing a player career mode of Dahoud. That is what you guys messaged me on Twitter. I loved it. So the next FIFA stream will probably either be the continuing of the career mode, or if Dahoud gets re-signed, it's going to be a little Dahoud to glory, and we'll do a player career mode with him. So that's the plan, and then that should be some good amount of content there. But Mo's about to extend his contract, and Guerrero and Akanji are next. All three, lock them down, baby. And like I said, we're celebrating on the channel. We're going over to Twitch, and we're going to play our Dahoud career mode. And I think it should be fun. Dahoud's my boy. I trust BBB to find a good replacement. I do as well. I from what I'm hearing, though, it sounds like it's going to be Mullen. We got the Josh cheer, which, you know, sounds fun. Roman, how you doing, my guy? Nice little member here on the channel. Hashtag Dahoud 2025. Yeah, I think it sounds fun. I never, honestly, I haven't done a player career mode in a very long time. Very long time. So I'm kind of curious to see how it goes, especially being Dahoud, being a center mid. I don't know. It should be interesting, but the boys are getting ready to start this match. Italy screaming as they usually are, doing the anthem. So if you're just joining us, guys, be sure to drop a like on the stream and put in your predictions. I got a dirty 1-0 game. That is my prediction right now. 1-0. We'll be very laid back. Spain will have a lot of possession, a lot of defending in the game. You know. That is what I'm thinking of. Canadians are not known for cussing. Was I cussing, Dr. Negative? That's okay. I swear quite a bit off camera. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, we should be getting back on Twitch, hopefully consistently throughout the remainder of the week and for the next little bit. I'm going to try my best, but those are the two series we got. We got career mode, and we're going to do our Dahoud little reward for his new contract, which will be fun. And Roman says career mode might be my favorite game mode on FIFA. I liked Foot. I did. I think it's just such an awesome concept, but I just don't have the time to put into it. And if you don't continuously put the time to put into it, you slip. And yeah, it's just too hard with the channel to even get into it. So that's why hopefully you guys do like the career modes, and hopefully you like the Dahoud, little Dahoud to Glory type player career mode. I think it'll be fun. Our boy Mr. Carlson is here. How you doing, my man? What's your prediction? Mr. Carlson, throw in some predictions. We got Dan. He's jumping all over. 3-1 Italy. That has been a very popular guess today. 3-1. I don't know why. I had a feeling it's just going to be a boring, low-scoring match, and I see it like a 1-0 Italy. But I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Busquets and Chiellini are doing the handshakes. But yes, I did see this. Hey, Josh, Hakimi went to PSG, done deal. What a signing, man, for PSG. If PSG get Hakimi, which they just did, if they get Sergio Ramos and they get Donnarumma, what a piece of business, man. It's nice when you have money, I guess. So, what's your favorite player on the Italy and Spain team? My favorite player on the Italian team, and let me know in the comments, guys, who your favorite players are on each one of these teams. My favorite players are both pretty easy. It's Insigne from Italy by far. I like Napoli. I love Insigne. And then it's Koke from Spain. Same reasons. I'm a big fan of Atletico Madrid, and I really like Koke. Again, two leaders and two legends, similar to kind of Royce, man. That's the kind of player I like to look at. Someone who's loyal to their teams. Insigne loves Naples, and Koke loves Atletico. They're my preferred players on this team. But let me know who you guys would like as well. Be sure to drop a like. And this thing is getting underway as a car has just rode onto the pitch and gave the ball to the ref. So very cool, very cool. Pinobile brace. All right, Pinobile brace still has a shot for the golden boot. 2-0 for Italy. I think that's a decent guess as well. Yo, Josh, do you think Dortmund should go for Dolberg from Nice? No. Not if we get Mullen. If we get Mullen, there's no need to sign another striker. So I don't think so. That's my opinion. But I don't know. Let me know. Kasper Dolberg is a solid player, but just not for me. Not now. Not with, like I said, not with Daniel Mullen come in. There's no real need to bring him in. But he is a good player, and I hope that he can keep scoring and take out England. So, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I just think with Mullen coming in, it kind of addresses any issues we may need for depth in the striker position, because we do still have Mukuku coming up. Roman says 2-0 for Italy. White says 5-4 Italy on penalties, 0-0 in regulation. I don't mind that. I obviously said 1-0. I think there's a chance this match could easily go to extra time. I think it's gonna be a little bit boring, man. I think it's gonna be a little bit of boring match. That's my prediction. Looking forward to the match. I will say 2-1 for Italy. I know, man. The Euros are almost over, and next week we have our first Dortmund watch-along, guys. July 13th exhibition match. Borussia Dortmund is our first watch-along. It should be a lot of fun, man. Looking forward to it. So hopefully we'll enjoy the last couple watch-alongs we do here for the Euros before we get back into club football. So if you're excited for club football to return, drop a like, guys, and hopefully we'll see a somewhat entertaining match, but I don't think so. I think this is going to be a boring match. You have to grow his pinstripe mustache once Dahoud extends. I don't know if you guys see me with a mustache, but it's definitely not pinstripe mustache. Someone said to put my hair all gelled up and grow a big, thick black mustache just for a minute. But I thought instead we'll do our Dahoud career mode. I think that's a little bit more, a little bit more interesting. But Orzabal and Bernadeschi are White's two favorite players on Spain. My favorite players on each is Insigne and Morata. Those are two good picks. I've always been a good fan of Morata. I think he's been criminally abused over his career just for his finishing ability, but I do enjoy Morata too. He's a good guy. I wonder who Klopp will sign for Liverpool. Says Dan. I mean, they are linked with Mullen, but I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. I think Dortmund, especially after talking to our PSV supporter, which that episode will be out for you guys soon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't know who Liverpool's going to sign. I think it's going to depend on if they shift bodies out or not. Laporte and Chiellini are my two favorites. All right, you're a defensive man. I like that. I've never really been able to really not admire. I don't know. I never had a favorite defender. Just because I've never played the position, so I have a little bit less. Oh, that's a nice ball. I don't know. I think that's off. If that's not off, that's in the back of the net. Surely, nope. Barella. Oh. It was offside. I was gonna say that was a beautiful time run by Barella and put up the bar, but no, the defenders I really bond with are ones that are very attack oriented. So fullbacks, Guerrero is obviously one that comes to mind. I really like Theo Hernandez, just because I was always an attacking player. So Angie's going for the Italians. I don't believe Spain actually won in a penalty shootout. Very hyped for the new season. I am too, man. I am too. I'm super excited for the Bundesliga season, club football to return, especially with the crazy amount of changes in the Bundesliga this year. It's going to be a fun season to watch. It's a good ball there. Laporte does very well. But I don't know why, man. I just feel like this game's got 0-0 draw written all over it. And then maybe a goal in extra time. We're going to have to see. Dahoud extension is supposed to be announced in a few days. All right, do we wait? Do we continue? If we're going to go back on Twitch, for anyone who cares or is watching, do we go back to our career mode until Dahoud signs, or do we start the Dahoud career mode, which is you're the player? Josh, who has Canada got in the Gold Cup? So in the Gold Cup group, they have the United States C team, so not a very solid team. Still an okay team, but it's not the U.S. It's a C team of theirs. With it, we have Haiti and we have Martinique. So we should be favorites in the group to get first, but it will be a little challenging. I still think the States are going to be a good team, but I'm not expecting too much out of Haiti and definitely not anything out of Martinique. But here's a good little rush from Spain. Poor ball in the end. Josh would look good with a stash. I have grown in a stash during Movember. I looked different. I looked very different. Probably, maybe some of you guys who were with us earlier on in the channel might remember when I had a mustache. I don't know. Continue career mode and Dahoud after he signs the extension. I think that's a good idea. And I think that's probably what I'll do. Hummels is my favorite defender of all time. Probably mine too. Hummels was there when I first started following Dortmund. He used to take their penalties, for those of you guys who didn't know that, so I just always thought he was a little bit unique that way. Big fan of Hummels. However, I've started to enjoy the way that the modern game has changed fullbacks a little bit more. But that's why Guerrero right now will be my favorite defender for a while. He just plays it differently. I've never seen a fullback quite like him. A lot of very agile and talented fullbacks have a lot of pace. Guerrero doesn't have a ton of pace, but he's just such a technically gifted player, he makes it special no matter what. That's also what I miss about our Dortmund watchalongs. Our Euro watchalongs, the conversation still goes around Dortmund, which I love. But it's different, man. It's different watching watching other football when, you don't have that real special connection. Now it's a semi-final Euros. I'm excited to watch it, but I don't have a massive preference over who wins between Spain and Italy. I will have a preference over the Denmark-England game. We'll be going for Denmark here on the channel. Italy are playing good. They are. The Italians look up for the fight today. Still very early in the match. Did very well and punted up the field. I like you better without a mustache. I like me better without a mustache as well. I can grow quite the beard, but when it goes to a mustache, it just looks a little off. Do you play Football Manager? I've never played Football Manager before. Some of you guys have told me to do a series on the channel around Football Manager. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it to a vote for next season if we're gonna bring in a type of a video game of some sort. If you guys would prefer FIFA or if you prefer Football Manager, but I've never played it. Abel's here, says hello. Abel, how you doing, my man? Put your prediction in the chat, Abel. I remember Dortmund's squad in the mid-90s when they won the Champions League. Well, lucky, I'm glad, man. I'm glad. Coward, grow the stash. I could grow the stash, man. I could get a dirty stash going very quickly. I got my father's facial hair, so I could come in. I could celebrate a Dahoud contract extension with the stash, but I don't know if I want to. I might have to do Movember again. But we get to see Spain's first little look coming at the Italian defense. It'd be a bit of a surprise to me if Spain made it to the finals, even though in my other prediction, I had them going to the finals. Only because I just don't think there was a lot of hype around the Spanish team before the tournament started. I don't think a lot of people really fancied them, even though they still are a very good squad. Very good. They'll always be good in possession. If Canada wins a Gold Cup, will you wear face paint that designed the flag for the stream? I don't know. I don't think Canada's going to win the Gold Cup. I don't think anyone's going to touch Mexico, but maybe I'll do something weird if Canada pulls that off. Football Manager and FIFA are both popular games, Josh and chat. They are. I've heard a lot of people talk about Football Manager. I've just never played it. I feel like it's like a type of career mode, but like trying to find young talents or something along those lines. Like it's sort of similar to a career mode from what I'm understanding. In my BBB career mode, Royce's rating is 87 plus 2 in the second season. Our boy, you're keeping the legs young on Marco Royce. I like it. Are you going to make a video about Tomori playing for Canada? I am. Ozzy, hope you're doing well. That's a nice little ball. Spain with a good little look there. But yes, I am going to make a Tomori video. I haven't made it quite yet. I'm not sure exactly when the timing I want to put it out for, considering it's not going to have any real effect on anything in the immediate future. He's not eligible to represent Canada until November of 2022. But it is an interesting video, and I will do it eventually. But if you are just joining us, guys, be sure to drop a like and a hello in the chat. There's a nice little run there for Aspilicueta. Thoughts on Ben Dote? Oh, you almost got me. You almost got me. I said Ben, and then immediately caught myself. But you're not the first person who's put that one. So I saw the name Ben and recognized that you were trying to F with me. But it was a good effort. It was a good effort, and you almost had me, my man. You almost had me. But yeah, if anyone is new to the stream, be sure to subscribe and know that I almost got trolled. But Mr. Soto there, I caught myself just before. I'm rooting for Spain. I don't have a big preference. I really like the way the Italians have played this tournament. I feel like they deserve to go to the finals. They put up some unbelievable numbers throughout the majority of this tournament, so I'd like to see them do well. Your favorite Canadian footballer? Mine's Jonathan David. So probably would have been Alphonso Davies, but I'm a Dortmund fan, man. He plays for Bayern. He made it very hard. I still love Fonzie, but Jonathan David's my guy when it comes to Canadian football. And also, he's more of an attacker. Davies kind of turned into an attacking fullback. Hi, I'm from Indonesia. Let me know where you guys are watching from today. I'm watching from Canada. We have a viewer from Indonesia. Very, very cool. In your opinion, you're the best YouTuber under 100K by far. Well, I appreciate that, Roman. I'm quite the distance away from 100K. Oh, that's a nice ball. There's a good chance from Spain, but that was a good little look by the Spaniards. But yeah, it's been a good rolling up closing in on a year on YouTube. Very appreciative of all the support you guys had. Hopefully the growth will continue. We'll have a couple little fun things coming up with the club. The Super Cup, I gotta tell you guys to date it, man. Super Cup is going to be a crazy fun stream. We're gonna try to get some fan clubs and stuff to do some work with as well. And I'm really excited to do that little collaboration with Borussia Dortmund. It will be a lot of fun. But I don't know. I'm just buzzing for next season to start, guys. Jack Wan, give the live talk so much. Jack, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the channel. Spain is opening Italy up a bit. Spain is always very good at keeping possession. That is their biggest strength, and at times it can be their biggest weakness because they play with the ball, and when they can't put the ball in the back of the net, they can get hit quickly on the break. And that was a big issue I had with not starting Morata, not having a number 9 out here today. I think it's going to make it a little bit challenging for Spain to really get that killer ball when they need to, but they are going to be good with possession. They always are, and I don't see this being any differently now. Greece supporting the neighbors from Italy. Very cool, my man. Watching from Greece. Roman's watching from Canada, along with myself. Jonathan David sounds like a retired white author. You're not familiar with Jonathan David? He plays for Lille. I have a Canada kit of Jonathan David chilling to the side right now, but yeah, I guess I'm supporting Italy, but I really don't have a preference. I just think Italy has a better chance of defeating England if they make it to the finals, but I don't know. I want Denmark to win, man. What a story that would be. I bought a JJD TV tank top now. You bought a JJD TV tank top. Very cool, my man. If you did buy one, send a picture to me. That's a good little look there. But a poor shot in the end by Torres. It was a good little look. Walked her through the Italian player with quite ease. Angie says that we have a Bundesliga ref today, which is very cool. So, and guys, for next season, we will be doing something kind of cool as well. It's going to be a series added to our channel, and it's going to be about it's going to be a bit of a few different things. It's going to be a Bundesliga roundup. So every Monday or Tuesday, we have an episode coming up talking about the Bundesliga, talking about each of the fixtures, talking about the table. We'll also be doing our power rankings, which will get you viewers to help us out with. And you guys have been telling me for a while to do a Bundesliga fantasy. So we will be running a league on a fantasy league. So I think you guys will enjoy that. So it'll be a cool little episode we do each week that will hopefully get some interest. So if you guys are interested in a Bundesliga fantasy league, let me know in the comments, because that's something that you guys have a lot of you guys have reached out to me for a long time. So we are planning to do one, as well as incorporating it into our weekly Bundesliga roundup with the power rankings, which I'm very excited about. It's a good ball there by Spain, and it's out for a goal kick. I'd love to see Spain versus Denmark final, but we'll see how these two games turn out. I wouldn't mind that either. I mean, I just want to see Denmark, man. It's a story you dream of, man. Skill moves from Shrek. My hairdresser is Italian. Italy better win, or there's no way I'm getting a nice haircut over the weekend. I'm getting a haircut finally tonight. This is like 3 months of long-ass hair. It goes down to my nose. So I'm excited. I'm getting the haircut, finally. Chiellini does well there. Punts it upfield. Gives it away, though, immediately. Bundesliga Fantasy League, yes. It's been literally probably the number one thing. It has been the number one thing you guys have requested to us, is to start a Bundesliga Fantasy League. So we will be doing that. And like I said, we'll try to incorporate like the leaderboards and stuff like that on the weekly video, which will be taking a look at the fantasy. It'll be the Bundesliga roundup and the power rankings. It sounds fun. So hopefully you guys will like something like that. As Italy just gets a foul. How did Pulisic get the move to Chelsea right after he got benched by an 18-year-old Sancho? Plus, Pulisic wasn't really good at Dortmund. It's a very interesting question. I found it kind of similar to Gio, if I'm being completely honest. Pulisic kind of came out of nowhere, did very well. Same as Gio. And then Gio kind of, in my opinion, took a step back this year. It looked like this could have been an opportunity for him to break out, but it never really went that way. And I find it very similar for Christian Pulisic. Was quite incredible at specific moments for us, but then just kind of went downhill. And then he obviously got the move. I'm not sure exactly how we pulled that off, because I think we kind of ripped off Chelsea a little bit. I don't think, like, not that Pulisic didn't grow into the player, and he obviously helped them win a Champions League, but at the time, like you said, he was a bench player for us, and we sold him for a lot of money. So I don't really know how we did that. It was a poor free kick there by Insigne. You guys got to stop trying to troll me with these names. Come on, Roman. We're not signing Hugh. Go to the Bundesliga.com or something. Yusuf says, Josh. Yusuf, how you doing, my man? There is a mobile app for the Bundesliga Fantasy as well. All right, I'm gonna have to do some research on it as well, because I haven't done too much. But if you guys have any tips you want to leave in for our upcoming Bundesliga Fantasy League, feel free to do so. Also, be sure to drop a like on the chat if you're just joining us. And hopefully we're in for a good game, because the game has opened up a little bit. But all in all, it's still 0-0, and that was my prediction until extra time. Do you think... no. James is here. James, how you doing? We're not signing Hugh. What's the best app for fantasy soccer? I'm looking to get into it. I'm not even 100% sure, James. I've never really been into fantasy soccer. When I was younger, I used to go to a few different I just Googled it and then entered random leagues. I haven't done that in probably 4 or 5 years, but we will be doing a fantasy league for the Bundesliga this upcoming season on the channel. So all you guys will be able to participate. It should be a lot of fun. But I don't know anything enough about it right now. I got to do some research and maybe talk to some of you guys who've reached out to me and told me to get this thing going. But we'll have to wait and see. But James, when I know, I will keep you posted. Nicely done there by Laporta. And did any of you guys hear the news about Barcelona not being able to register any of their new signings? People take shots at Dortmund because they sell players and they manage their finances correctly, but this is the kind of thing that happens if you don't. Barcelona literally can't register. Who was it? It was Emerson, it was Aguero, it was Depay, and there was a fourth one too, but they can't register any of their players because they're just totally out budget with their wages. They can't re-sign Messi either. It's quite hysterical. That's a beautiful ball to Emerson. To Unai Simon. Finds Immobile. Barella. Oh, Barella. That was a huge opportunity for the Italians. A good run by Emerson. And then Verratti just clocked him down. Oh, man. That was a huge opportunity. It's a beautiful ball to find Emerson, who's got big holes to fill, because Spinazzola has been excellent. Does well. Unai Simon does actually pretty well, too, to cut off the angle. But it was a good opportunity there for Barella. He just didn't pull the trigger, man. Thoughts on JJ Maddox's move? Again, Getafe wouldn't have been a team that I would have recommended, or I personally would want to go to if you're a young attacking player. They sit back. They don't play a very attack-oriented type of football. They play in a 4-4-2, which can be pretty ugly to watch time to time. So I don't think it's the right club, if I'm being completely honest, but it is still a good move. You've got to move to Europe, but I don't know. I would have looked for a team that's has a better system suited to him, but we'll have to see how he does. He can shine just like Griezmann shines in Atletico. There are ways to make a 4-4-2 look appealing to certain players, but it's just not one that convinces me. Mr. Sotos, thoughts on the Gold Cup? I'm assuming you might be Mexican because you're interested in JJ. I don't know, but yeah, you guys sent a very strong team to the Gold Cup. Feel sad for Barca fans. I don't really. If they want to be that, if they want to be that poor at managing their wage bill like this, then I don't know. They deserve what's coming to them. I think it's pretty straightforward. Don't re-sign Messi then. They're going to. I promise you Messi will play at Barcelona next year, but don't sign him. He's clearly way too expensive. You need to get rid of Umtiti. You need to get rid of potentially Busquets. There's a bunch of dead weight. Coutinho's on there. Griezmann's technically dead weight. The Barca story is so interesting. I can't remember the last time I've seen it where a player can't be registered because the club is just so poorly mismanaged, man. It's going to be interesting. Maybe the Dortmund move's still on. Yeah, I saw that. So what will happen to Messi? My guess is just, these stories get a little bit blown out of proportion when they come up. My guess is that Messi will resign still. I don't see how right now. I'm assuming Barca is going to do a ton of management to figure out a way to get rid of some of these players. They need to get Griezmann, Coutinho, Umtiti, and Busquets off their books ASAP. These could be through strategic loan deals. This could be through potentially terminating a contract. They really shouldn't re-sign Messi, but they will. So I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. It's a nice ball there by Insigne, but defended pretty well. Man, that was not good. Just have to say it is pronounced. You guys have been trying to troll me today. You guys have been trying to troll me. With Hugh Jazz. But I've caught most of them. Top. Come on. It's a good ball for the Spaniards coming down. It's a good little look here. Here comes Koke. To Azpilicueta, who again, you take a lot away from Azpilicueta's game when you don't have someone who can be any type of aerial duel. Busquets from behind falls down too easily. Ref does not give it. Oh, you weren't kidding. I was talking about Unai Simon. Okay. I'll trust you. If you want to say it's Seaman, I'll believe you. But I can't tell. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Unai Simon, though. Simon. Unai Simon. Actually, Top, I think you're right. It might be that. Barca is supposedly willing to sell Coutinho for $20 million. That's crazy, and Messi isn't going anywhere. No, there's no way Messi's going anywhere. It's the same story every year. He will re-sign for Barca. I don't think there's that's a good chance there for Donnarumma with a huge save. That was an absolutely fantastic save. And then the Italians got lucky there. It's a good little look, but again, this is what you have when you don't have a finisher on the squad. It was a good look, it was a good chance, but when you get chances like this against a stubborn Italian defense, you need to put it away. And unfortunately for the Spaniards, Donnarumma came up clutch there. But yeah, Coutinho for 20 million is hilarious. They just need to get them off their books, man. Barca was just such... I don't think I've ever been around a club so poorly mismanaged with just stupid decisions after stupid decisions. And that's why I don't feel bad for them. They did this to themselves. They need to be very smart now to find a way out of it. But here's a good little look there from Spain. It was well worked. Who did the ball end up falling to? It was Dani Olmo. We had an excellent save by Donnarumma as well. Nice little look there for the Italians. I would have liked to see more youngsters, Martinez, De La Rose, on the roster. So yeah, I mean that was a thing. Same with me with Canada. I wanted to see some of the youngsters get cap tied. Now I'm not saying that Canada didn't try to do it and they turned it down, because Jebsen, Flores are obviously, Flores is up for Canada as well as Mexico. Jebsen for Canada and England. But yeah, it is important getting some youngsters in there. We got a couple youngsters cap tied, but I don't know. Looking at that Mexican squad, man, they're strong from head to toe. Should be heavy favorites. He'll be in Barca and some forever when he stops playing. I think so as well. Dani Olmo went down there relatively easy. No real looks from Chiellini. But yeah, this has been a better game than I thought it was going to be. It's still 0-0 though, so that's what I was saying. I was like, I feel like this game is going to be a 0-0, and then maybe a shootout or a goal for the Italians in extra time. That was my prediction. I don't know. I see Spain dominating a lot of the possession, not taking their chances because they lack a number 9. And that's kind of what we're seeing. A couple good little looks for Spain, to be fair, but they haven't been able to take any of their chances yet. And Italy's been okay. They haven't had that presence that's made them so dangerous throughout the tournament, I find, so far. I think they're surprised at what Spain's throwing their way. But White says this match is better than expected, and yeah, White, I absolutely agree. It's a good little look. But didn't Depay sign for Barca? Depay did, Aguero did, Emerson did, and I still think there's another player in there I'm missing. But yeah, a lot of those guys signed for Barca, but I don't think that they're going to. I don't think they're going to be able to register until Barca cuts some of the cost. So they're gonna have to sell some players, specifically someone like Umtiti, Coutinho. Even if they can flip Griezmann, I'm positive Barca would do it because they want to sign Messi. They're gonna I don't know what they can do with Busquets. Busquets might be a club legend you can kind of rely on to maybe end his contract. See him move to the MLS, make some money there, and allow Barca to fight another day. It's a nice ball there, but the Italians have been going for the long ball today. There's been 3 or 4 occasions where they just pumped it upfield, hoping for an ongoing run from Insigne or Immobile. Not the prettiest approach for them. Is Paco Alcácer injured? I don't think so. I just don't think he was preferred in the 23 or 24 man squad, but I don't know. Barca needs a restart. Yes, they do, man. Nice ball. When is the video with Rennes coming? I'm hoping tomorrow, if not the following day. Rennes is the gentleman we had who was a PSV supporter. Had a nice little interview with him to talk about the potential possibility of seeing a couple of their players join us. Madueke and, of course, Daniel Malen have been linked to us. So I'm hoping that one of the two comes to us. My assumption is Malen, but I'm not going to ruin too much of the video. But we're hoping it'll be out soon. So anyone who's looking to learn a little bit more about the players, stay tuned for our latest video. Rennes was a very nice guy. Appreciated him coming on, and that's what we were doing just before our watch-along today. But Dion, welcome to the channel, my man. Hope you're doing well. How do you know Rennes? I'm assuming you know him, or you figured out that that's who I did it with, or are you watching Twitter? I don't know. I heard Griezmann is planned for the squad for the new season. I heard he is as well, but I also heard that if an offer comes in for Griezmann, Barca would sell him, but I don't think there's a market for Griezmann. I don't think Griezmann wants to leave Barcelona. I don't think he wants to leave Spain. I think the only realistic teams that could grab him would be PSG, who are spending money left, right, and center, and City. And I don't think either one prefer Griezmann. So I agree, Angie, that I agree that he's going to stay. I'm pretty confident that Griezmann's going to be at Barca next year. Which is good. I don't know. I just don't think there's a market for him. Ozzy says, what do you think about Spain starting these old legs like Busquets and Alba? I don't mind Alba. I still think Alba, even though he has old legs, still has something to bring. He's still very fast and talented fullback. Busquets, I don't think should be in the starting 11 anymore. I think he's a little bit past his prime. But we'll have to see how he gets on. I mean, Busquets is very good at controlling the midfield. He's never had pace, even at his best. He's good at being relaxing, controlling the ball, excellent passer, but I don't know. His time in the national team is coming to an end. But he has had a decent tournament so far, to be fair. I've seen Rafael Leao open to a move to Dortmund. I saw that as well, and I think he'd be a perfect alternative if Daniel Malen does not come. I think Leao can play a little bit more on the wing rather than Malen can. I think Malen is more of a striker. He can play as a lone striker. He can play as a dual striker. Rafael Leao, oh, good little shot. Rafael Leao is younger. I don't think he's quite as developed as Malen is, but definitely has a little bit more versatility in my opinion. He can definitely play on the wings with ease. He can play as a striker if needed. So if we didn't have a move for Malen, he would be a good little look. Dion says he's one of my best mates in real life. I'm good. How are you? Very cool, my man. Very cool. He's a very, very nice young man. I was very excited to have him on the channel and get a little insight. But I am doing good, my friend. I'm doing good. Hopefully you are as well. I don't know, Dion. Do you have a preference on who you want to win this match here? I think most of the channel is going for Italy. But we are close to coming back to club football, and we have some big bangers coming up for Dortmund matches, as well as the Super Cup. Have a little collaboration with Borussia Dortmund themselves, guys. So hopefully you guys will be able to make the stream for the Super Cup against Bayern. It's gonna be a fun one, and hopefully I'll be able to get some of the different fan clubs around the world to appear throughout the day. It's gonna be a long day on the Super Cup, but it should be a fun one nonetheless. Busquets was a beast in his prime. Very underrated back then. Busquets was a beast, but you don't get the affection playing in that kind of role. It's a very underrated role, but you need a player like Busquets in that position. Oh, that's a beautiful ball from Immobile, and Insigne does well, but runs it out of space. But yeah, you need someone who can boss a midfield like that. And Busquets does it in a very quiet way. Busquets sits back, he controls the tempo, he controls the play. Busquets was one of the best CDMs you're going to find in football, and it's a shame he's getting a little bit older, but he can still perform at the best level, but his wages are very high, and Barca are going to have to find a way to get him off the books. If you're just joining us, guys, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and feel free to say hello in the chat. It's coming home. It's coming home, is it? Dion says that Spain would be easier for England. Dion's going for England, I'm assuming. So I'm hoping Spain. Dion, we're opposite, my man. We're opposite. I'm hoping... I don't really have a preference in this match. I've liked the Italian style a little bit more than Spain's. And I agree that Italy would be more challenging for England. But I'm hoping for Denmark. I want Denmark to win this tournament, man. I don't know how you can't go for Denmark after the story that they're writing right now. It would be incredible. But I don't know. I feel like we're in for a long match today. I see this thing going to the distance. But there's a free kick coming up for Jordi Alba. Elite Ninja says, how old are you? I am 25, my man. 25. I don't know if that's deceiving. Sometimes I look older, sometimes I look younger. It depends on the facial hair, man. Nice ball. Angie's coming in with the wicked chirps. Has it ever been home? I don't know. I honestly don't remember. Has England won a Euros? Does anybody know? Has England actually won a Euro before? I know that they lost in the final in 66, something like that. I can't remember, man. With Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets did all the hidden work. Those were a trident right there, man. That was a trident. They were absolutely incredible, those three. Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets. For Spain, for Barcelona, they killed it. Angie says the World Cup in 66. Okay, that was it. Have they won a Euros, though? Have they ever won the Euros before? I honestly don't know. Here's a good little look here from Emerson with a nice drive, taken down. No foul given. There's a nice run there by Emerson, getting up and down the pitch pretty well today, but should have probably got rid of the ball a little bit quicker. Held on to it, got taken down, no foul. Quite poor decision making in the end. Do you think Pedro could become the next Busquets? Pedri, okay, I was confused. Like, who's Pedro? Pedri's a very different style of player than Busquets is. Busquets is as defensive as you can look for. Very slow on pace, very good at passing, controlling the play. Footballing IQ is through the roof. Pedri is an attacking player. I see him more as a center attacking mid. He's been put as the 8 before. He's been put on the wings. So I can't really compare the two because they're totally different type of players. But I think Pedri's got a big career and a big future in Barcelona as well as the Spanish side, if that makes it easier for you. Joe Mama. Gio Reyna is in the Netflix show Elite. Gio Reyna's in a Netflix show? Gonna have to watch that. Have any of you guys ever watched the Mario Götze documentary on DAZN? Because I was thinking about doing a live stream watching it if a lot of you guys are able to watch it or haven't watched it yet. Because I have not watched the Götze documentary. And I feel like it'd be an interesting one. Nicely done there by Koke, though. And poor in the end. Angie says, no, they've never won a Euro. So, yeah, I guess the Euro has never been home. There's a foul on there for Barella, though. Angie, you said yes. You have watched the Götze documentary. How is it? And is it any of it in English? I'm assuming probably not. I'm assuming it's German. Here comes Chiellini. Oh, it's a poor ball. To Koke. The reason I see this game going the distance and going to a penalty shootout is I don't see either one truly going for it. I really don't. I think Italy's going to have a few spurts, but I think both teams are going to be very cautious of how much bodies they want to put forward. Italy defends very well when they need to, and Spain constantly... Oh, that's a good run, though. Spain will constantly have possession. And no finishing, as we just saw right there. And that's the reason I see this thing going the distance. I really do. It'd be nice. I mean, for the neutrals, we'll see. But... wish Spinazzola didn't get injured as a neutral fan. Randy, I agree, man. Spinazzola had a phenomenal, one of the breakout players of this tournament. He plays for Roma, which is still a good club. But I don't know. I feel like this was an opportunity for him to even shine even further in this tournament, man. Would you want to see Bellingham's brother come to Dortmund? Why not? I mean, you guys know I'm not crazy about seeing more English players come to Dortmund in the terms that they're going to leave, but brothers are different. I feel like it'd be cool for his brother to come here. And I see with his brother coming here, there's a chance for him to stay further. Unai Simon does very, very well there. To head that off. It was a good run. Italy has been doing that a lot today. Ball's over the top, looking for that runner. They haven't been able to pick one up. There's been a couple good opportunities for them there. Kasper Schmeichel roasted. Interviewer said that the Euros were coming home. Watch that video. Wait, tag me in it, or send it to me on Twitter or something. I'm always game. Please no pens. Many English fans already have "It's Coming Home" with a cup tattoos. That's ballsy to put on your skin, man. That's ballsy. I know. And again, it's not like I don't like a lot of the English players. I just cannot stand it's not like I don't like all the fans. There's a lot of fans from England that I like a lot. And obviously, I'd be happy for them if England won it. But the rest of them make it so hard for any neutral to cheer on England. They do. They make it impossible. I don't by any stretch hate England or their fans or the players. But I can't cheer for them because of the amount of people doing stupid shit. So that's why I'm going Denmark, baby. Why not? With the remaining squads, who should win the Golden Boot, Jude or Pedri? I'm biased. I'm gonna go Jude every day. I think Jude's a more well-rounded, developed player than Pedri is. I don't think Pedri's got as many looks as Jude did at Dortmund as Pedri did at Barca. And I think Jude's had a much bigger impact on Dortmund than Pedri. That's my honest opinion. Now, I follow Dortmund a lot closer, so we'll have to see. But here's a very interesting fact right now in the game. Shots on target are 1-0. Total shots are 5-0. Italy hasn't created anything in this opening 41 minutes right now, and I find that very interesting. I knew Spain was going to have more possession. That's how the Spaniards play. But we're coming up to halftime, man. I watched it in German, not sure about subtitles. Sad, he's so talented and hasn't always had the right choices. I did ask Renz about Götze being a PSV player now, so I think that's a nice little addition to our interview, which will be up tomorrow. So, yeah, Götze was the first player who I fell in love with at Dortmund. Quickly fell out in love with him when Royce came here and Götze left us, but I do have a soft spot for him. Pulisic's brother played at Dortmund for some time, no? I didn't think so. Am I wrong? Does anyone know that? Has Christian Pulisic's brother played at Borussia Dortmund? I did not follow that if that was the case. So I'm very interested to see if that's true or not. I don't recall him playing there at all. I honestly didn't even know he had a brother. It's a good run there by Emerson, though. Leads up a foul. Rainey says it's just arrogance. I think that's true. PSV was the best thing he could have done. I agree, Angie. A German manager. He's got some German players there, like Max as well. The keeper there. So it's got a bit of a familiarity. It's not too far from home. I don't think that there's a big market for Mario Götze. Certainly not the Mario Götze we were used to. I feel like it's tough for Dortmund because we've invested in young German players. They leave for Bayern. And if we get English players, they leave for the Prem. That's not always the case, though. For example, Royce. Another example is Brandt. Brandt wants to stay and fight. So same as De Hood. We've invested in 2 young German players there that have had tough spells at Dortmund but don't want to leave and want to fight and prove themselves. It's a good look there for Emerson, who I believe ripped that off the bar. It's a good little look there. It was nicely worked play. It might have been, I don't know if it was offside or not. It was a nice ball to find Insigne, who found the overlapping run, who Emerson has been pretty good in this match. He was definitely onside. And Emerson, I think it was a save in the end. Or no, it was the bar. What are your thoughts on Bill Manning sacking Chris Armas? I'm happy about it, man. Chris was a disaster for TFC. Injuries and shit were in the way as well, but there's no excuses for being that criminally poor. But there's halftime here, guys. And what a surprise, it's 0-0. 0-0 here on halftime. Let's get into some comments. talking about TFC though. Yeah, I mean, right decision. Probably should have even sacked him earlier, but you lose 7-1 like that, you're just playing pathetic football. You need to go. Right decision. Hopefully they can find a manager who can do the job. It's a very attractive job in the MLS. No one spends like TFC does. They have a great squad. They need to get their players healthy. They need to find a right manager, and I think they'll be fine. Obviously not this season. There's too big of a hole, but Angie says, I don't think so. Saw it on Twitter. White says that he put the Casper video. You can check it out later. Appreciate it, White. Gutso was at his prime with 20. The illness made him a completely different player. It did, man. And I'm very interested. I would love to watch the documentary. So I might do it live with you guys if you want to tune in and watch it with me. I might do it on my own time. I'm not sure, but I do want to watch it. It's on DAZN. So let me know if you guys would be interested in watching the Gutsa documentary together, because I'm definitely open for doing that. And if you're just joining us here on Halftime, guys, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you guys are new, and let me know if you think this one's going to a shootout, because I do. I think this match is heading right to a penalty shootout, man. Boring, 0-0 kind of football. I think it's heading right for extra time. We'll see. Remember when Reece Oxford was supposed to be the next big thing? I do. He got a move to the Bundesliga. He did some okay stuff for Augsburg. Flirted around a little bit. I believe he's at Leipzig a little bit too. And then finally ended up permanently back at the Bundesliga. So, it's not bad. It's not bad. He's not the product that we saw, but I do still think there's a player in Reece Oxford. Spain is on Italy's throats. Hope Italy wins. Isaiah, how you doing, my man? I agree. I hope I want Italy to win as well, but I don't know. It was a big issue as to why I said I wish I would have saw Alvaro Morata or Moreno start this game, is that they need a striker, someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. Say what you want about Morata. I know he's not the best finisher you'll ever find, but he's better than not having a striker at all. They've had more chances, Spain did, and they have not been able to take them. And I think it speaks to that. What do you work in? I'm not fully sure what you're asking, my man. If you want to elaborate a little bit more. If you're talking about kind of, I mean, just what I've been doing with the channel, I'm not really sure. But we do have a partnership with the club, if that's something that you're talking about. It's going to be something fun coming up for the Super Cup. For a little bit of work with the channel in Dortmund. It's going to be looking to engage some international fan groups worldwide. Going to have some fun stuff there. And it's nice. It's a big honor to work with Borussia Dortmund a little bit, and hopefully our partnership will remain strong. And it's going to be a big opportunity to get some love for the channel and for some of the international fans throughout the virtual tour, and hopefully JJD TV can be a part of that. So I'm excited for it. Who do you want to win the Copa America? I want Messi to win it. He has lost so many finals in Argentina. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't see a way Brazil doesn't win, just because they have a tendency never to lose on home soil. But Messi has only ever won with Argentina something for like the national team, and it was the Olympics, which a lot of people don't really count as a major trophy. It's a gold medal. So I feel like after he lost the one Copa America to Chile, he deserves one. I think there'd be no better way to get it than beating Brazil on Brazil home soil. But I don't know. I'm torn. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind Argentina winning. What do you do for a living? You're looking at it right now. I was an insurance broker. Made a change. As we have a partnership with Borussia Dortmund, so we're gonna see where that in the channel takes us. So for the meantime, I'm doing YouTube and doing some stuff for the club, and the next collaboration with the club is gonna be coming up for the Super Cup. I might be doing some stuff on Dortmund's Twitch again, which is always fun, but I don't know. That's the goal right now, is to continue the channel. Continue hopefully working a little bit with Borussia Dortmund, doing stuff for their Twitch, doing stuff with the fan group, and see where that takes us. And then I can always have insurance to fall back onto, which is what I was doing before we went for it here on YouTube. So we appreciate all the support you guys have shown, because I wouldn't be able to do it, and Dortmund wouldn't have been interested in it if you guys didn't show us a lot of love. Doing the Copa. Isaiah. Now, Isaiah, would you like to see Argentina take on Brazil in the final? Is that the final you'd like to see? I feel like Tactical Manager is going to be all on it. It'll be a nice watch along. Brazil, Argentina. It'd be pretty cool. Do you see Augsburg getting relegated in the next couple of seasons? In my predictions for the Bundesliga, I picked them last season to get relegated along with Mainz, and I was wrong. Actually, I picked them. I can't remember. I picked Bielefeld with Augsburg and Mainz being the bottom three. So I could see Augsburg and Mainz always flirt with relegation, so it would definitely not surprise me if one of them got relegated. Argentina doesn't have the team to win the World Cup. They need more than just Messi. I agree. The Argentina squad looks better than I thought it was going to. They're playing on a little bit more of an identity than they were before. Lautaro Martinez stepping up a little bit. They got more of a. They're playing that 4-3-3, and they're starting to find a little bit of pieces around. I still don't think they come close to that Brazilian side, and I don't think that they can compete and win a World Cup anytime soon. But if they get it right on the day, they could take on. They could maybe take on Brazil if Messi can come up with a little bit of magic. Brazil and Argentina hate each other. They do. And what a final it would be. Neymar versus Messi, Argentina versus Brazil. And then we have Filippo there who will be cheering on the Brazilians. But I don't know. Let me know who you guys would want to win. If it is Brazil and Argentina, who do you guys backing? Who do you guys want to see win the Copa America this summer? Oh, and Josh, an update on the Bench Kings. They were burnt out and had a lot of factors limiting their channel growth long term, and they were trying out other channels too. So they created another channel or something. They do a lot of different stuff, which makes it hard to grow long term. You kind of need to focus on, at least from what I've found, you need to focus on something and stick with it. Which is why I think MMA, hockey, doing football and stuff like that, it's hard to keep the audience engaged. But that is interesting to hear. Isaiah's going for them. Where's Tactical? I don't know where Tactical's doing today. I see Argentina losing the quarters next year. Sounds about right. Argentina don't have a good quality center backs. They don't, but considering of what I thought this team would look like, it's not bad. The two Martinezes they have, one playing for Fiorentina, one playing for Ajax, they're not bad center backs whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, compared to Brazil's team, head to toe, Brazil's got a better team. Yeah, they created 2 more channels. Oh man, I can't even imagine creating another channel. It's so much work to get it going, unless you just hit it right on a video. It's tough. Plus, I kept getting unnecessary copyright strikes, and MLS got stale. Interesting. Brazil will be in the final next year. Brazil's got a good-looking squad, man. Brazil's got a good-looking squad. Lucas Paqueta has been phenomenal, too. And he just took Memphis Depay as number 10 at Lyon. Even after Germany destroyed Brazil 7-1, the Brazilians were rooting for Germany against Argentina in the final. Oh yeah, there's no love lost between Argentina and Brazil. The Germans, I mean, it's nothing that Brazil could do, I find. I mean, when they lost 7-1 to Germany, they deserved to lose 7-1 to Germany. They were horrible in the match. I feel like most of the blame went on the players. I don't think there was any hatred built up towards Germans in the way that a lot of people maybe thought that it will. But there's no love lost between Brazil and Argentina, man. Argentina, trash defense, but they will win the Copa America. I don't think Argentina has a trash defense. I think compared to Brazil, there's a huge gap between the other squads, but Argentina is the next closest squad to Brazil, in my opinion. There's a lot of game changers in that team, and If you can get the right players hot at the right time, man, there's no reason not to think that Argentina can't win this thing. But Brazil's been good, but some of the matches have been close, man. That Chile game was there for the taking. Gabriel Jesus couldn't keep his composure, took an early red. It could have been a very different tournament. Shrek says, do you see Hamburg bouncing back to the Bundesliga like Stuttgart? I don't know, man. I don't know. The Bundesliga 2 is going to be crazy this year with Werder Bremen down there, Schalke down there, Hamburg down there, Hannover 96 still down there. There's some solid squads. Nuremberg, who I haven't even mentioned. I don't know. I don't know who bounces back. I have a feeling one of Schalke and Hamburg won't bounce back. So maybe Hamburg continuously struggles. I feel like Schalke's got a better chance, especially with Matthew Hoppe potentially going to blossom. They picked up a good striker from Hamburg as well. Yesterday, Romano got voted the best Serie A, and Martinez is a good defender. Yeah, Christian Romano is a phenomenal center back too from Atalanta. So I do think that there's quality in that Argentina side. I just, again, comparing it 1v1 to Brazil, Brazil's got a stronger defense. That's easy, but Argentina still got a good squad, man. I absolutely agree. Brazil, Argentina, 7-1. They lost once in their home stadium against another team. There we go. Some facts are coming up. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. I hope Tactical Manager does do this stream. Barcelona need to free up 200 mil from their wages, or they can't register new players. Yeah, I heard that as well, man. I heard that as well. Titty is going to be one that they need to get off the books. Coutinho desperately. And like I said, maybe they play the emotional strings to get Busquets to get off the books. If they can get Busquets to cancel his contract and go make bank in the MLS, they're going to take that every single day. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting, guys. Be sure to drop a like if you're just joining us here. Feel free to jump in on the conversation around Brazil versus Argentina because you guys got some good opinions. I'm digging it. I hope I get Marquinhos jersey either this year or for 2022. Isaiah, would it be a Brazil kit or a PSG kit? I'm a big fan of Marquinhos. I think he's a phenomenal center back. Who combined are better keeper, Alisson or Ederson or Ter Stegen and Neuer? Whew. It's a loaded question. I think Ter Stegen and Neuer are better, but for the long term, Alisson and Ederson because of their age, but it's close. Yeah, I forgot about them. Brazil overrated. Not having it. Not having it. Argentina are good. They are good. In my opinion, their squad's the better team. Angie disagrees. Says Schalke won't move up next season. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to judge. It's hard to judge. I originally said a few weeks ago that Schalke will be stuck down there like Hamburg has been, and I could still see it. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. How long do you guys think Schalke will be stuck in the Bundesliga before they bounce, or Bundesliga 2 before they bounce back up? My original prediction was 3 years. But I don't know. I feel like they're making some of the nice moves Schalke is to try to at least compete. But we'll have to wait and see. Argentina plays Lautaro Martinez, Nicolas Gonzalez every single match. Their finishing is worse than Werner. Lautaro Martinez does get picked on for poor finishing. He does. Even though he scores a lot of goals, he does get picked on for poor finishing. Nicolas Gonzalez, I don't know. He just got a nice move to Fiorentina. I still rate him pretty highly, but right now, if you can compare Argentina and Brazil, I think Argentina win player by player. I disagree with that. No way. No way. Brazil definitely wins 1v1, but Argentina have Messi, man. He's a player who can single-handedly steal you a game. Colombia is also a pretty good squad. They do. Replacing the likes of Falcao, and it's not an easy task, but Zapata is a fantastic striker. Muriel, his goal-scoring ability is phenomenal. Old Saint Mick is here. Says, I'm the only one watching these matches just to pass the times until Euros 2024. Old Saint Mick, how you doing today? I'm assuming you have no preference on the match. Isaiah wants to see Brazil win. Ter Stegen and Neuer is what Angie says. And he's saying a kit. The Brazil kit. DePaul is clear of Lucas Paqueta, who flopped in Serie A. Piardes is better than Fred, who isn't really that good. Well, Lucas Paqueta is one of the players of the tournament right now for Brazil. DePaul is a phenomenal player as well. I think he will get potentially a move to Atletico Madrid. I don't know. It's all from perspective. I don't think any of Argentina's players are better than Brazil's back line or their keepers. So for me, it's 5-0 before we even got to the midfields. And then Neymar will take up one of them. But I don't know. Again, it's all about perspective. You could argue maybe Tagliafico could maybe be a better fullback than Renan Lodi. I don't know. Didier Deschamps is going to speak with the French FA this week to speak with the president and make a decision on his job. Enter Zinedine Zidane. Will Hamburg come up next season? There's a chance. Schalke has way too much baggage to clean up. I like it. Angie's got a good knowledge. Good knowledge on some of the Bundesliga 2 squads. Angie, asking you, and anyone else who wants to chime in, which 2 teams do you think will get promoted from the Bundesliga 2 then? Think Werder Bremen bounces back up? An outside choice, maybe a Paderborn or someone like that? Let me know. Schalke are so bad to win the Bundesliga. They used to be one of the best clubs. They did used to be. Yeah, it's all entertainment. We're about to kick off, though, here in the second half of the Euros between this match between Spain and Italy. DePaul was linked to Leeds United. He was. I need a quick break here. Kickoff is off here in the second half, though. Let's see if my prediction's going to come right. 0-0 to the shootout or to extra time. See how this thing goes. Isn't Argentina the oldest squad? I don't know if it's the oldest squad or not. There are some young talents, but there are some aging players in that Argentinian side. I don't know if they're the oldest or not. Uruguay used to be pretty good. Overall, Brazil and Argentina don't really have big competition. Yeah, I mean, they still have Cavani, Suarez. They Uruguay are still a good team. They have Jimenez, they have Godin. They can play defensively when need be. But I agree. I do think Colombia is the next best right now. I think that there's a lot of firepower in that team. Mina, Sanchez are good 2 center backs there. They have Zapata, Cuadrado. There are some good players. There are some things to like about Colombia, but I hope Argentina win because Argentina, Brazil is just a lot nicer, man. My favorite Uruguay player was Diego Forlan. Yeah, I think that's fair. Dan says their favorite Uruguay player was Luis Suarez. Forlan was mine, but now who's playing it would be Suarez. Isaiah says sources right after Swiss lost said that the FFF wants to keep Didier Deschamps. I find that interesting. I don't think it's the right decision, but you're going to find a similar situation that Jurgen Love found himself in. People wanting you out, thinking you're past your prime, and it just kills time. Start fresh, get Zidane while he's available. That's what I would recommend the French FA to do. However, I don't know, there's got to be some type of loyalty at some point. It's why Jurgen Love lasted as long as he did. We'll have to see. Offside there. Junior Firpo is a permanent deal for Leeds United. It is a permanent deal. So Barca got one player of several off their wage book so far. Leave the shootouts in the GTA. I have to see the new coach with Paderborn. Think Hamburg will still be a lost cause. I think that's fair. But let's see the way the second half starts, my friends. If you're just joining us, be sure to say hello in the chat, drop a like. And I don't know, I have a feeling this thing's going to stay scoreless. James is here, says, I don't know much about the teams in the second Bundesliga, but I know Josh Sargent, the striker for Werder Bremen, has really lost his form, and coming from a fellow American, he lacks confidence and swagger. I've never been a big fan of Josh Sargent. I don't think he's a good number 9. I think he's a very poor finisher. I think he's a hard worker, good at linking up the play, but he just, in my opinion, doesn't have the traits to be a talented number 9. It's kind of harsh, but it's my viewpoint, which is why I think if you're a U.S. men's national team fan, you need to bank on the fact that Daryl DK is going to come good, because Josh Sargent shouldn't and hopefully isn't going to be your guys' number 1 option because he's just not good enough. I think that Matthew Hoppe could be another look too if he can get it together. But I think Sargent's going to quickly fall out of contention there. Oh, Immobile does well there. But Laporta cleans him out for a goal kick. It might have went off Laporte. I don't know, almost looked like a bit of a mistake there. It was another ball over the top, which Italy has done a lot of. And Laporte kind of lost it, and then Immobile put it wide. It didn't look like it took a touch, and it wasn't. It was a goal kick. Suarez really takes the bite out of the game, you know? You're a punny man. You're a punny man. PSG won't get Messi. No, I don't think so. I think Messi's going to stay at Barca. But here's a nice little run from Spain. Dani Olmo, nice ball into the box, but does very, very well. Di Lorenzo does very, very well there to get it out. Corner kick coming up. White says that Boateng is a free agent. Who do I think will sign him? I have no idea. I'm assuming a decent team in a top 5 league who need a defender for the cheap. I don't know. No one really comes to mind right now. Who do you guys think will go in for Boateng? Maybe an MLS club too. But I still think that there could be a short-term deal for a club looking for a center back. I just can't think of one right now. Opinion on Dani Olmo. I'm a big fan of Dani Olmo. I think he's gonna have his work cut out for him though under Jesse Marsch's 4-4-2. I don't think it suits his strengths whatsoever. But it's a good ball whipped in there. Donnarumma handled it very nicely. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. Anyone who follows Dani Olmo or Jesse Marsch's tactics, I don't think Dani Olmo is going to fit a 4-4-2 all that well. I think he's better as a 10. He can sometimes play on a wing, but a 4-4-2 is a much different shape for him. He'd have to play pretty much as a left or right mid. And I just don't see that being his strength. I think that maybe a 4-2-2-2 might be a little bit better, but we'll have to see. Boateng would suit someone like Liverpool. Maybe. Roma would be a good look. It's a good shout from Angie. I think Roma would be a fine look for them. Jose Mourinho's looking for experience, looking for someone to strengthen up that back line. I could see it. Martinez is better than Ederson. Ederson has Ruben and Stones tax. Well, I disagree with that. I do think Martinez is a much better keeper, and I found like Argentina has found some hidden gems to make their squad better, but I still think Ederson and Alisson, take your pick, are both better than Martinez. Even though Martinez is a good keeper. He is. He did incredible things for Aston Villa this year, but for me, no. I mean, I still trust Ederson more. You think yeah. I don't know. I would bank on DK. You saw the U.S. men's national team have success with someone like Josie Altidore. Now, I know times have changed, and Josie Altidore is not your... Busquets. I know that Josie Altidore isn't like the focal point, but he was a solid number 9 for the U.S. men's national team for a while. I think Daryl DK is built similar to him, and I think Daryl DK is the bigger... I don't know. I think he's got the most potential to find a club in Europe and to succeed. I'm not convinced whatsoever on Josh Sargent. And I think Matthew Hoppe is an interesting one too. That was a good little look there from Sergio Busquets, who just cranked that just over the net. If Martinez is that good, I don't think he'd be benched for Leno. Here's a good little run from Insigne. Martinez is a good keeper, though, man. And I honestly think he's a better keeper than Leno. But I don't think he's better than Ederson or Alisson. Chiesa. Good little look. Found a shooting lane between Jordi Alba, but a nice save there from Simon. Alisson is a better keeper than Martinez. I think Dani Olmo, he has the only one Leipzig player who did really well against us. That is true, man. We've had Leipzig's number all season, though. And hopefully it continues next year. Ederson is literally Messi. Next position. Yeah. Would you want any Canada players coming to Arsenal right now? Just a question. David, how you doing, my man? If I'm looking at Canadian players to take a jump to a top 5 league. And there is technically a Canadian player on, or a potential Canadian player on Arsenal in Flores right now. So Flores can represent Canada or Mexico or England, and he's playing in the academy for Arsenal right now. So Arsenal does have a potential Canadian. So, I mean, technically him. But if you want me to pick him someone else, there's 2 players who I think deserve big moves to a top 5 league. And it's Stefan Eustachio or it's Buchanan. It depends on what you're looking for. But Buchanan can play as a right back, right wing back, right attacking mid, left attacking mid. And if you're selling Hector Bellerin, could be a good look. And Eustachio is one through the middle. He's a solid box to box. I don't know if it truly fits what Arsenal needs. So easy answers, promote within, because you got a young Canadian in there. Hopefully he chooses Canada. Josie was always average, just scored against minnow CONCACAF teams. He did, but no matter what, he scored goals, which is just something the U.S. men's national team's number 9s don't do right now. So that's why there is a lot of criticism. I'm not saying Josie Altidore was a phenomenal number 9, because he wasn't. He was an average number 9, but he did score goals, and it's something that I think was taken a little bit for granted, because Josh Sargent had some looks, but he can't score at all. So that was kind of the point I was trying to make, and hopefully for you guys, Daryl Dike can be that guy. Martinez had more clean sheets than Allison in the Prem, and for a worse team. It's a fair point. It's a fair point. I still don't think that pips him, but it is a fair point. Berhalter said that he sees Hoppe as a left wing and is making him train as a left wing. I know, I was talking to tactical manager about that, and I just think that's stupid because he's not a winger. He's a striker. And I think that's another big reason why I don't see the Gold Cup going overly well for the U.S. Not only did they bring a C squad, but they're trying to play Matthew Hoppe as a left winger in probably a 4-3-3 system. I don't know, man. I don't see it. Unai Simon starting from the back. Finds Garcia. 55 minutes in. Still 0-0. You guys better believe it's screaming a little extra time here. I hope Delaney stays. The teams interested in England would be a downgrade. It would be. We're seeing the likes of Crystal Palace and Southampton interested in Delaney. I don't think there's going to be a big market for him, though. So if he wants to go to the Prem, that's probably what he's looking at. So, I mean, if I'd like to see him stay in Dortmund, man. I'm a big fan of Thomas Delaney. Here's a good little look for Spain, though. Finds Fernan Torres. Finds the shooting lane and defended very, very well. Very well done from Italy to break out. Ederson does have mistakes in him. Shrek, that is true. That is definitely true. Isaiah says stay away from Arsenal. Yeah, if I was looking at some young Canadians to make a move, wouldn't be I don't know what's going on with the live ticker. Oh, it does look like it's working now. Let me know if the live ticker stops for you guys, because I can put on another one if it's not working properly. Josh, is there any Canadian football managers who have managed in England? Dan, I'm not even 100% sure. I don't know who that is, to be completely honest with you. I don't know. Canada isn't known for their... Oh, it's a good shot from distance, but it's nicely saved by Donnarumma. I don't know of any real Canadian managers who aren't in the Canadian Premier League. That's why Canada looks elsewhere to find their managers. John Herdman's their manager right now. English international, but I don't know. I had to do a little bit of research on it for you. Here comes Immobile. Laporte does so well to catch up with him there. And Spain does well again to turn this thing around. Do you think the Canadian MLS teams could join the CPL in the distant future? I think there's 0% chance of that happening. The CPL is far, far away from the MLS. And I don't think that the three Canadian MLS squads are willing to take that hit. So no, I honestly don't think it'll ever happen. MLS is growing, and I think the teams would lose a little prestigeness if they decided to leave. Now, 50 years from now, if the CPL keeps growing and growing and growing and lives up to hopeful goals, then there's the chance. But right now, there's no way. It would be too big of a hit for those teams. Nice little ball in there, but easily taken by Donnarumma. How do you feel about Hermes being fired? Happy. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. But once again, Laporte does so well to get in there from Immobile. Oh! But Chiesa found the back of the net. What a hit. Chiesa puts Italy ahead. Nicely done. I mean, I wanted Italy to win this match. I said 1-0 Italy, so technically my prediction's going right. I kind of wanted to see some extra time, though. But Laporte did so good there. So good there to break up that attack from Immobile. But Chiesa has been hot this tournament. It started with a poor cross, founds Donnarumma, who does well just to lay it out there for a little counterattack here from Italy. And a beautiful ball to find Immobile, but Laporte does very well. But unfortunately, the ball just did not get too quick. Founds Chiesa, founds space, founds the back of the net. Very well done by Chiesa, man. Beautiful curler. The chat seems to like it. I like it too. I don't know. I was hoping for some extra time, but it was a very nice finish from Chiesa. That's a beautiful looking ball. But I don't know. I think the chat's fired up about that. Chiesa keeping the hot foot going. And Italy has one step into the finals. They've been the best team of the tournament, in my opinion. And it was, I don't know. I wouldn't say it was well deserved. I don't think that they've been spectacular this game. But I don't know, man. It's what match winners are made of, and when you're hot, you're hot. Goal, Chiesa. That's a spicy meatball. And Berardi just came on. I'm not sure who came on for. And Morata came on as well. So a couple substitutions from both benches. I think Immobile came off. So Insigne is going to the middle to play as the striker for Immobile. Chiesa is still on the left and Berardi's on the right. Very interesting substitution. Immobile has been quite poor this tournament, which is a shame for him. Such a good goal scorer on his day, but I don't know. I find that a strange substitution for the Italians, where Morata came on for Torres, which made more sense, which Torres will definitely got replaced for a goal scoring ability. So Morata's through the middle, so they got a number 9 on. But Dan, I will look into the Canadian manager you were talking about earlier, because I'm curious about that now, because there's not a lot of managers from Canada that are coaching around the world, so I'll have to do a little digging for that. There's a nice little look there for Jordi Alba, who whips it in. Chiellini clears it out, and we have a corner coming up. The winner of this match will be the favorites for sure, says Old Saint Mick, and I agree with you, my man. I agree too. I think they have been pretty even. I do too. That's why I was going to do the old what was deserved, but I personally don't think it was. I feel like Spain, you could argue, was sort of the better team. But I don't know. Italy found it when it mattered, and Chiesa had a beautiful goal. But I think we're going to see a little bit more urgency from Spain now. They will always dominate with possession, especially now that Italy's going to sit back a little bit more and defend, which they're good at. If there's one country I wouldn't want to try to break down when they want to go defensive, it would be Italy. So we're going to have to see what Morata and company can come up with here. But Morata did actually pretty well to get in the game there, win the ball back. I'm on the fence about the U.S. taking Zardes to the Gold Cup. I mean, he's on good goal scoring for Columbus. I wouldn't start him. I would start DK. And then, I mean, apparently Hoppy on the wing. I don't know. I don't get it. I think it's going to be an awkward looking squad no matter what. Here comes a ball in from Azpilicueta, but it was quite poor. Berardi founds Koke. Oh! Misses an absolute sitter. Oh, man. That's an awful miss, man. That was a terrible miss. A little sloppy from Italy. Poor header. Nice quick passing. Koke, I think it would have been onside, and he misses it. Oh, man. U.S. men's national team is saving all their mustard for qualifying this year. Well, they have to, man, after not qualifying last time. Country with 360 million people. 336 million people. 336 million people. Needs to qualify. And not lose to Panama. I don't think they're going to have any issue with qualification this year. I'll be dry sandwiches till then. Wes says he's nowhere near on the fence about Zardes. I'm assuming that means that you don't want him there. But to be fair, I mean, if you're going for a C squad, I don't know what to really expect. I think it's cool that Matthew Hoppy and DK are there anyways, but another one bites the dust. 57,811 fans are at the game today, and that's the most in the tournament so far. I think that's very cool. It's good to see, man. Seeing numbers spike back up in terms of who's allowed in the stadium. Whew. Spain have woken up, though. Spain is like a sharpless knife. They have, but I mean, that was a good little hit there, sort of, from Almo. They are waking back up. He completely miscued that one, but they are waking back up. They've been much better since conceding. They've been going completely at the Italians right now. Brought Morata on, right kind of movement. It'll be interesting to see what they can do in the remaining time here. Bonucci has it. Oh, Barella taken down. No foul given from Spain. Not having it. And Morata loses the ball, which is no surprise. And Morata, once again, actually does very well. Oh, then he gives it away. Attaboy, Morata. To be fair, it was a nice little attempt, but sooner or later, he just always loses the ball. You need to get some aerial duels with Morata. That's where you'll see a little bit of his strengths. Chiesa with a beautiful ball, but a nice save by Unai Simon. Zardes can be good to have on the roster because he acts like a totem pole and the other nine's jobs to overthrow him. Fair. Chiellini to Unai Simon. Garcia's got it. See if Spain can do something dangerous here. Laporte. Jordi Alba. Three strikers would have been fine. Yeah. I think someone said, or it was Wes, said you don't need 4 strikers. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so confused about what Greg's going to do with his team. Matthew Hoppy, I don't know. I don't think he's a winger, and I think that it's going to be a wake up call for Berhalter that that's not where he should play. Anything, do like a 4-3-1-2. Have DK and Matthew Hoppe as strikers behind a Cam with center mids, and then your wingers, or something like that, or a 3-4-1-2. I don't know. I'm sure he's going to go with this 4-3-3, and I think it's going to be awkward. Angie says, oh my god. Angie, what are you oh my goding about? Was there a goal? Was there a chance that I missed something? Shrek says Murata with the Deckers. Or if you were saying, Angie, were you saying, oh my god to that pass? Because that was a beautiful pass. And a big chance from Berardi, who, honestly, poor shot. Poor finish, no real conviction, straight at Unai Simon. But Gerard Moreno has just come on now. 69th minute. Gerard Moreno comes on with Murata. 2 technical strikers on. Rodri came on as well. They're gonna be Spain's going to be throwing everything at the deck now. Greg just wants them to play. I read an interview that he did talking about the depth being an issue and wanting to bring up quality of the B and C squad. Yeah, I mean, there's no pressure for him. He won the Nations League. All he's got to do is not get embarrassed. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's no pressure I find for him. So why not give some of the young guys a chance? But I don't know. It all depends on the perspective. I saw the Sounders still in first place. Sounders biased by the MLS. Nice ball. Look how far deep the Italians are sitting back, man. This is going to be a lot of possession for Spain towards the end of the match here. Good to raise up high. Spain looking for that goal. Finds Pedri. To Jordi Alba. Does so well to still get that in play. But I believe a foul given. I saw an article with BVB willing to let Brandt go on loan to Lazio with a buyout. Thoughts? I saw that a while ago, so I'm assuming that that's old news. From what I've read, Brandt will be a part of Dortmund. I feel like he's going to be Marco Rosa's guy going forward. I don't know. I don't see a way. I don't see a way around it. I think Brandt is going to be a major part of Dortmund, and if that was true, if Rosa isn't impressed, say, through preseason with Brandt, sell him. Don't loan him out. Loans are never a good idea unless there's an absolute obligation, not an option. So my thoughts are, depending on how you want to shape up Borussia Dortmund, bring in wingers and sell Brandt, which I don't think is going to happen. I think they're going to bring in Mullen, which will give them an opportunity to play a couple different formations, like a 4-1-2-1-2, a 3-4-2-1, even a 3-4-1-2. And then with Brandt becoming one of Marco Rosa's guys, or if Brandt has to leave, you sell him. No matter what, you do not loan him out. So I don't think it's gonna happen though. I think he's gonna stay here at Dortmund. Renz has just joined us. Says, "What's up, Renz? How you doing, my guy?" For you Dortmund fans and viewers out there, we just had Renz come on the channel today. Shot a nice little episode with him. Very nice guy. He's got very good at English. So I don't know what he's talking about, but he talks about. Oh, that's a poor ball. He talks about a couple of the transfers coming from PSV that we are targeting. Madueke and, of course, Mullen. So you'll get an inside perspective of a big PSV supporter on those two players. So that video hopefully will be up tomorrow or the day after for you guys. But welcome to the chat, my man. Hope you're doing well. Renz, who are you going for? Italy or Spain? I don't know if you have a preference on the two or not. But White says, Zardes is good. He had some hype many years ago. He did, but his hype died out, and he's going to remain probably in the MLS for the rest of his career. But Angie agrees with me. Brandt is staying. He doesn't want to go to Lazio and has a contract. Yeah, I didn't see that. I mean, there was a report there that said that Brandt agreed personal terms with Lazio. So if that was true, it shows that Brandt was open to the idea. But Brandt made it very, very publicly known that he wants to stay at Dortmund. But a couple of defensive changes coming on for the Italians right now. Gonna try to see this thing out with about 15 to go. But first in power rankings, I mean. Also, Roldan went missing versus Colorado on the 4th. Yet people are hyping him up so much. Well, he's rocking the number 10 kit. That's why for the U.S. men's national team. So he's gonna be big, man. He's gonna have a big little tournament, or not. We'll see. Emerson went off. He did. Obviously, a very defensive change. But Ren says he wants Italy to win, to be honest, but says he can't stay too long. Just wanted to say hi. Cheers, Rens. Appreciate you coming on the channel once again. And hopefully we will be seeing you around. You can keep an eye on Mullen for the upcoming season. Piscina came on for Verratti as well. Ninja says, for me, I want and like Brandt, but this is his last chance of the season for me. I agree. I mean, I like Brandt, but Brandt hasn't done anything to convince me that he deserves to stay. But he's got a new manager who trusts him, and that can completely change honestly, can just change your career. So, I mean, it looks like he's going to get chances. He got to start off with the team right now in preseason. So there's a huge opportunity he could break it out this year. But unfortunately for U.S. men's national team fans, I've said this and I believe this. If Brandt is going to have a good season, it means that Gio's not. So I believe one of the two is going to have a good season and one's going to have probably an average or below average season, because you're not going to play Royce, Brandt, and Gio all at the same time. You can maybe get 2 on the pitch. And from what it's looking like, it's definitely going to be Royce and probably Brandt. So very interesting scenes coming up for Dortmund this season, and we'll have to see what they look like. AMB says only people who rate Roldan high are Seattle fans. Every U.S. men's national team fan doesn't like him, and he doesn't perform well for the national team. He does perform for Seattle. I will give him that. I haven't watched him too much play for the U.S., but considering that he's not near the A squad, I'm assuming that he's just not good enough to get there. But Gerard Moreno does well there to hold on to the ball a little bit. Nice ball. Finds Rodri. Oh, that's a beautiful ball for Morata. He's going to take it first time. Oh. No, he didn't. He hesitated. Zardes was in FIFA Journey mode. He is a good player. I didn't know that. Yeah, so I have a question. I have a new account, just a private account. So send it to you. You can just keep in contact using the other account. Sounds good, my man. I will do that. Why does Morata wait? I don't know. That was a poor decision making, man. It's some of the reasons why Morata isn't really preferred anymore. It's the reason that he hasn't quite lived up to expectations. He just, I don't know. Some games he's on with his finishing, but sometimes his decision making is just wrong. He should have came in there, should have hit it first time, lead some type of rebound. Hope for the best. Maybe have a perfect shot. He can beat Donnarumma, but he hesitates, he waits, and nothing comes out of it. Blacklist Morata. It's going to be nerving times here for the Spanish squad. Unai Simon. That's a good ball. Italy has done that more than any other team I've seen this tournament. The ball's over the top. Looking for pace, running on. It's not like Spain's got an overly slow back line, but they've been doing it all game long. Has just been humming balls forward. None of them really have led to a goal, but it's an interesting approach from the Italians. It's a nice touch there from Berardi. Does very, very well. Enjoy your day, Renz. Take care. Oh, Morata. There's about 12 to go. Spain has made a good chunk of attacking changes while the Italians have made a good chunk of defensive ones. It would make for an interesting late goal to have a very offensive Spanish squad going into extra time with a very defensive Italian squad. Josh, are you excited for the Tokyo Olympics as well? Dan, I am. Do any of you guys watch football at the Olympics? Is that a thing for any of you guys? I've always watched it. I've always found it very, very interesting. And we have a video coming out that explains kind of how the football at the Summer Olympics works, who's qualified, and I even give my predictions. So I've always really enjoyed watching it. It's always been really easily available to me in Canada. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Germany is in it. Brazil's in it. France is in it. So hopefully, yeah, you guys enjoy that. And hopefully you'll enjoy that video. It explains the Olympics, explains the qualified teams, and I give you guys my predictions. So that's a fun video I'm really excited for, but I am excited for the Olympics. In general, I mean, the 100-meter dash is always a fun one, but football at the Summer Olympics is something I enjoy. So let me know if you guys actually follow that as well. And hopefully, if you don't, the video we have coming up for you guys will be of interest to you. Morata. Provides Morata. Oh, Spain does it! Alvaro Morata. Oh, baby. 1-1. Alvaro Morata finds his third of the tournament. Makes this interesting. Again, I just said a very attacking Spanish side is on with a very defensive Italian side. So this overtime and extra time could look very, very differently. To score so late like this. Whew, man. It's a kudos. It's a kudos to Morata. I thought he was very lively since coming on. He lost the ball a couple times, as he does, but look at this little 1-2. Beautifully done. Composed finish. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Looks like he's going to take it with his right. Takes it with his left instead. That was a smooth goal. Doesn't look like Alvaro Morata, man, but that was a beautiful goal. Not another overtime game. I have things to do. Danny Olmo with a great ball, man. What a goal, though. I love that. For anyone who's a striker out there who took a look at that, it looked like, because Morata is a right-footed shot taker, he looked to take it with his right, and Donnarumma jumped the other way, and he took it with his left. That was a composed finish. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. 1-1, man. This makes this interesting. Canada have done well. The swimming and athletics and maybe tennis. It's going to be interesting, Dan. For me, I usually just watch some of the running ones. Yeah, I usually watch the races, the relays, 100-meter dashes, those kind of things. As well, of course, football. Volleyball, too. Spain's going to go for another one, man. Whew. I can't believe Spain got that, man. Italy looks depleted. This isn't good for the Italians, man. What was Donnarumma doing? He literally moved the other way. Honestly, I put that to a stroke of genius for Morata. If you guys watch it at full tilt, Morata is a right footer. It looked like he was going to take it with the right because he could have taken it with the right. Oh, Spain almost got another one. But Morata could have took it with the right. So Donnarumma's thinking to himself, when you're that close, there's nothing you can do as the keeper, but sometimes guess. Looking at Morata coming in with the right foot, Donnarumma made a guess that he was going to go with his right. Morata coolly just tucked it into an empty net with his left. I thought it was a very nicely taken goal by Alvaro Morata. Looks like a striker with confidence, to be honest. But now I think Spain have the confidence. I think the Italians are going to be in a bit of trouble here. Spain have got the possession. Spain's got the attacking squad out here right now. Italy don't even have a striker on the pitch, while Spain really have two. And I don't know. I really like it. I thought it was a very cute finish from Morata. But in my opinion, that's why Donnarumma moved to the other side. He took a look at Morata's foot, made a guess that he was going to use his right foot, and Morata knew that and just touched it with his left. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Very nice goal from Alvaro Morata. I remember a Canadian sprinter called Donovan Bailey. I do too. That was a while ago, man. I think was he not in the same type of races as Usain Bolt? Spain might just do it now. They look charged. Angie, I agree. That's why I literally 2 minutes before the goal scored, I said I don't know what this game's gonna look like if Spain draw it, because Italy were trying to play it out. They're trying to sit back. They have a defensive squad out there where Spain has got the attacking team, and you're seeing them right now. Morata looks very lively since coming on. Finds Gerard Moreno. Oh, very poor, very poor. Donnarumma should have just rushed Morata and swept the ball. Isaiah, I agree. Probably in hindsight, that would have been the better thing to do, but with what Donnarumma did, I don't blame him because at that close distance, if you didn't rush out, you have to basically make a guess. But here comes a little bit of movement from the Italians to even this match up. Locatelli looks to be coming on, and Bellotti. So they are throwing a striker back on the pitch after taking Immobile off a while ago for Berardi. It's Barella for Locatelli. So a straight swap in the midfield, even though I think Locatelli is a little bit more defensive. And then obviously getting a number 9 out here. It is Italy's number 9. It is Bellotti. And he's coming on for Insigne. So another straight swap. Insigne did go to the middle of the park, playing as the striker or false 9. But Andrea Bellotti is on. And Marcus Llorente is coming on for Azpilicueta for right back to make things even more interesting. Morata is no longer blacklisted. Italy have never won at this stage not wearing the white kit. All right, Angie with the stats coming in. Makes this very interesting. Donnarumma was just immediately intimidated by Morata. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but in my opinion, since Morata has come on this pitch, he has been all over it. He's been dropping deep. He's been picking up the ball. He's been taking on defenders. He has looked relatively good. And he had a very cute finish, like I said, towards the end there. So, I mean, I don't know. This man looks full of confidence right now, which is what you're going to want from your number 9 going into extra time here. And now my boy Marcus Llorente is on. With about 5 minutes to go here before we have to go to extra time. But Angie with the weird stats of Italy never winning at this stage, not wearing their white kit. Can they do it in the blues? It's been a pretty decent game so far, though. And honestly, I think Spain was a better team. I think the reason that they took so long to break open was purely because they didn't have a goal scorer on the pitch. And I don't know if that was a wake-up call for Morata, but in my opinion, he's been spectacular since he stepped on the field. And he's the reason that it's a draw right now, heading into potentially extra time. I have a haircut at 6:30, so I think I have time to get through this. Man, I don't know. Things are gonna get more interesting. How's the live ticker doing on the screen? Is it still up to date, or do I need to find another one? Because I have a backup one here. Playing out from the back does very well. And Spain's got another one. Nice little rush here to find Morata. Oh, Alvaro. Oh, no touch. But again, I mean, Morata will do that. Morata will do that from time to time. But he's making the right runs. He went out deep when he needed to, picked up the ball. He still looks lively. Now, that was a very poor touch and ruined an opportunity for Spain. But I do still really like the movements of Morata, and I think he's going to be very dangerous here in extra time if that's where it goes. Got some tears coming from a couple of the Italian supporters, man. Getting passionate over here. It's going to be a very, very intense extra time if this is where this thing's heading. 2 minutes to go, though. Oh, that's a nice ball for the Italians. Marcus Llorente. Llorente is playing right back, coming on for Azpilicueta. Not obviously his best position. I think Llorente's best Honestly, this year with Atletico, he's shown me that he can easily play the right mid, which he does very well. But I don't know. I like him more in the middle of the park. If that was CR7, that's a step over, cut inside, and shoot. Yep, and if it's a Murata, it's a sloppy touch, and then it's a goal kick. But I don't know. I'm still impressed. I mean, he's made some mistakes since coming on the pitch, but he's been all over it, and he's been at least giving himself an opportunity to get the ball. I personally don't like Murata, watching him since his early Real days. Yeah, I've watched Murata for a long time. I've seen him go from Madrid on over to Juve, back to Madrid, over to Chelsea, to Atleti, back over to Juve. He is an inconsistent striker, and it's a big reason why he's never going to take that really next step in his career. He is still a good player, a good personality to have. He needs the confidence of a manager. Chelsea was never going to be a good look for Murata. He did okay at Real Madrid because he kind of didn't have the pressure of being a starter. I believe he scored 16 goals one season mostly as a substitute. Did okay at Atleti, and then last year for Juve he was pretty decent as well. But he's the kind of striker that will get you the 10 to 15 goal mark, never a 20 to 30. And that's just because he's inconsistent. Oh. That was a little dangerous there. Chiellini looked like he had it with his hand. But it was definitely accidental as Chiesa goes the other way with Marcos Llorente all over him. No foul. 3 additional minutes added on to regular time before this thing heads to extra time. Shrek said that Dybala is also really inconsistent, and I agree with that. Dybala, similar to Murata, needs a manager that backs him. So Allegri going back to Juve, I think, is going to see a switch to the 4-2-3-1, which will then see Dybala start as a cam once again. But there's 3 to go before we may see some extra time, guys. Drop a like on the chat if you're just joining us. Oh, there's a good ball to Llorente, but cleared out for a late corner. Showing the potential handball once again from Chiellini, who stops the ball dead on from rolling on. Ref was having none of it, though. Would have been very, very harsh to give. Corner coming in here from Dani Olmo. Olmo to take. Cleared out very nicely. And a foul given? No. I don't want overtime. I don't want to make the players tired to knock out England. Can't believe Spain might be going through to extra time again. Yeah, how many extra times has that been now for the Spaniards? They had the one against Croatia. Did they have another one too? Because that's a lot of minutes on these legs, guys. And I mean, maybe that was a part of the reason why Murata didn't start. I don't really know. I didn't like the fact that Spain didn't have a striker. I thought that was really going to hurt them. But a late rush, but Unai Simon has picked it up. A minute to play. Abel Rodriguez is not impressed that Spain is going to go to another extra time. Oh, but Busquets. Poorly dispositioned. You don't see that too often, seeing him get dispossessed like that. It's a deep ball, it's a poor ball, and it's out for a throw. Oh, baby. I hate when people CR7 ruined Dybala's career, because it's not true. Yeah, I don't think it's true either. I don't think it's true either. I think it's got something to do with the change of personnel. Dybala plays a different position, man. Dybala is best as a 10. Ronaldo had nothing to do with that. But Ronaldo demands the ball as well, and it's hard to be a star when Ronaldo's in the team. So that's why I think someone like Murata complements him well. Murata doesn't care about being a star. Murata just wants to play. But that is it, guys. Extra time is on the horizon. Let's take a look at the benches. You can have up to 6 substitutes in this match. So far, Italy has used 5. Emerson, Verratti, Barella, Immobile, and Insigne all came off. Berardi, Pessina, Toledo, Bellotti, and Locatelli have went on. So they can have one more sub. I'm assuming they're going to look towards Bernardeschi, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe Brian Cristante could come on a little bit later. Or Acerbi if one of the two center backs of Italy get tired. Looking at Spain, they've used 4 of 6. So on their bench, players who could potentially come on, they have Adama Traore. So who wouldn't want someone like that coming on with massive, massive pace? They have Thiago Alcantara as well. Fabian Ruiz. Those would be the 3 I would look at. Fabian Ruiz obviously and Thiago are very good at picking a pass. I think Fabian's a little bit more offensive. And then Adama Traore, if you want to find pace coming on with obviously strength, they're not bad looks to take a look at. I don't know. What would you guys do if you guys are looking at that, as well as keeping in penalties? You want to go more offensive. So you could bring on someone like Bernardeschi or Cristante. Both can take penalties and bring off someone like maybe Di Lorenzo or Bonucci or Chiellini really, really late. And then for Spain, maybe Pedri or Busquets. I don't know. I don't think Adama Traore doesn't take penalties. I think Thiago Alcantara could take a penalty. So maybe he comes on for Pedri for that experience, for that composure. I don't know. Isaiah says OT coming up. Angie's not happy with the OT coming up. But they have to consider good penalty takers. And if I'm looking at Spain, the only one I would look to bring on for that purpose would be Thiago. Thiago has taken penalties in his past, and I would probably trust him more than you trust Pedri. And I guess Bernardeschi, who, again, I don't think he's much of a penalty taker, but you could bring him on for Di Lorenzo really late in the 120th minute if you need to. And then if you're Spain and you're gonna look to go for it in extra time here, Adama Traore, man, he's got to be your look. But it will be interesting to see what's going to be going on here. We're going to have to wait and see. But I don't know. What subs would you guys look to do? Luke Carey says no subs. Wouldn't go for any subs either or. I would definitely look to do some type of movement. Luke Carey saying none. None. I don't know. It's going to depend. It's going to depend on if some of these teams want to go for this match or not. Because like I said, if you're looking for a game changer to try to do something for Spain, I'm looking at Traore. That's a ton of speed coming on at tired legs. I don't know, man. That seems like a good look to me. He hasn't had a ton of minutes, though, and he's not a very good penalty taker, so that's something else you have to take into consideration. However, Spain still has 2 more subs, so you still could bring on Traore to try to make a difference in extra time, and you could bring on Thiago, who is a decent penalty taker. Where Italy doesn't really have anyone on the bench who screams, I can take a pen. I believe Brian Cristante has got some experience taking penalties, same as Bernardeschi, but nothing that would be really worth throwing on anytime before the 120th minute. And then you probably bring off Di Lorenzo. That's my opinion. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Surely they already have a penalty list. Germany's was Kimmich, Goretzka, Havertz, Muller, and Toni Kroos last. I really don't think that any of those German penalty takers were very convincing, Angie. I don't know what you think. I mean, Muller and Kroos, maybe. Kimmich doesn't convince me on pens. Goretzka doesn't convince me on pens. Havertz has taken pens before. He's not too bad at them, but second half is underway. Morata to kick off. Our first half of extra time is underway. Morata to kick off. Are we still going Italy? Is that what you guys are thinking? Italy is better. More on the ball. I think Italy will make it 2-1. My prediction was 1-0 for Italy. I almost had a perfect prediction, but unfortunately, no. Wasn't to be. Spain And I think deservingly so. I think Spain has been good in this match. The only one I doubted was Havertz. I would have doubted Goretzka and Kimmich. I'm not convinced by either one of them taking a penalty. But Havertz has taken them a lot in the past for Leverkusen and for Chelsea. Foul given there. But there has been no subs going into the first extra time. Nothing severe coming up, but there's a free kick coming up for Spain. Pedri, nope. Jordi Alba was the only one over it. Penalty shootouts are always unpredictable. They are, man. They're such a cruel way to go out of a semifinal like this. This has been a good match, though. Some set-piece defending to do for the Italians. Lifted into the box, but does very, very well. They are good penalty takers. I haven't seen any of them take penalties. Angie, have you? Have you seen Kimmich or Goretzka take a penalty? I believe they missed one of them. Missed one this year in the Pokal when they got knocked out, but maybe I'm remembering that wrong. Foul there on Boulardi, gets stepped on. Oh, Jordi Alba. I underestimated Spain because so many players are missing or not playing. Well, this is the first Spanish squad that didn't have any Real Madrid players. And of course, their captain, Sergio Ramos. I think it was very, very crucial that Laporte got convinced to play for Spain. Because this back line with Eric Garcia and Pau Torres would look a lot different without Laporte. Laporte has been phenomenal for them. Exceptional pickup. And he was never going to get those chances for France, so I don't blame him for moving over and, I mean, taking Spain further than France got. So I think it was a spot-on decision. He partners Garcia well. They're teammates at City. A lot of people underestimated Spain. In my predictions at the beginning of the tournament, I have Belgium beating Spain in the finals. So I guess I didn't overlook Spain, but a lot of people took shots at me when I put Spain in the finals. Why in most times a forward player takes penalties? Why not a player of the last line? Yeah, it all depends. I mean, there are players who are good at taking penalties. There are players who aren't. A lot of the times, your midfield, your creative midfielders, your strikers, your wingers are the players who take penalties more or less than a center back. There has been center backs who take penalties. Sergio Ramos would be Spain's penalty taker if he was playing. He's excellent at taking penalties. Mats Hummels used to take penalties for Borussia Dortmund. It all depends on the type of penalty taker, but a lot of times center backs don't really get a look. Left backs, oddly enough, a lot of them are penalty takers. Alex Telles was an excellent penalty taker for Porto over the years. Now at Manchester United, will probably never take a penalty there again, unless it's in a penalty shootout. But yeah, you see it way more often than not that attackers are your penalty takers. It's a nice ball over to Marcus Llorente, but it's overhit. Viva Italia! Isaiah. It's gonna be an interesting finish here. Neuer is a good penalty taker too. I was gonna mention keepers sometimes as well. Manuel Neuer was the third penalty taker when Bayern lost to Chelsea in the Champions League final. Joe Hart. There's a few clips on YouTube of Joe Hart absolutely cranking penalty kicks. Ederson's a very good penalty taker. After City was having all those penalty misses, Ederson was maybe going to take one. But Bellotti is down right now after jumping up against Garcia. Doesn't look like much of anything. I think he's just being a little soft, but maybe he fell on his back. I'm not sure. but always hit penalties. He did. He did. He was very good at penalties as well. Something in the Germans, man. German keepers like taking pens. Isaiah's got the pizza emojis going out. '95th minute with this thing approaching pens. I'm a good fan of pens, man. I really like taking pens and watching pens and being a part of penalty shootouts. They're just intense. Yes, the Brazilian keeper took free kicks and penalties. It was awesome. I believe he scored well over 100 goals for Sao Paulo. Because he was their penalty taker and free kick taker throughout the majority of his career. And he had a lot of them. So if you go check out his Wikipedia page, you can see the amount of goals he scored. And he scored a ton of them. Very good penalty taker. And watching a keeper run up and hit a free kick and then run back and goal is exceptional. So if you guys are in for a treat, go to YouTube and watch some of those clips as well. But a throw-in coming up to the Italians. What do you guys think? Put in some predictions. Do you think this thing's going to go to a penalty shootout, or do you think it's going to be decided here in extra time? We got Pedri with a nice run. Finds Morata, who does very, very well to find... Oh, that's a tough foul there. That's going to be a yellow. Yeah, he had him beat pretty cleanly with pace. Olmo was going to be gone. And was taken out pretty hard there. Right decision, though, if you're asking me. I used to like practicing pens. I did too. It was always fun. Especially when you can just get your keeper in there and you can just practice away. No pressure. Try doing the Panenka. See if it works. Get laughed at if it doesn't. But Angie says no pens. Oh, good hit from Danny Olmo. Oh. Couple massive opportunities there for Spain. Olmo hit that right pretty much along the deck. That was an unbelievable free kick. And a couple pinball bounces away and it goes out for, I believe, just a goal kick. And it was. Extra time, and I think it could go either way. I think so too. I don't know. I'm leaning towards a penalty shootout. I think both teams will be happy just putting it down to Lady Luck. But we're going to have to wait and see. Locatelli gets it back into play. I do want to see the Italians move on, but I just think that, I don't know, I just think they've had a better tournament. Spain started off so slowly with those 2 draws. Does well there. No foul given. Oh, there's a foul. 98th minute. 99th minute. This thing's getting close to a desperate penalty shootout. The Italian fans in the crowd look just terrified. Do you post every day? I try. I had a full-time job for a long, long time throughout the channel. And now that I'm able to work a little bit for myself in terms of giving more time to the channel, I'm trying to stream every day if I can. Sometimes on weekends we don't put stuff. It depends if there's games. But Dortmund have their first preseason game next Tuesday, man. So there's going to be a lot of content coming up on the channel. Content that's a little bit more related to the channel than just doing the Euro watch-alongs. But it has been fun. The Euros are fun to watch, but I'm excited for club football to get back up, and there should be a good chunk of content coming up for you guys, including the new Bundesliga roundup with our fantasy league, our our watch-alongs or takeaways. That'll be fun. It'll be fun. Who's the better keeper? Donnarumma doesn't have much experience. Donnarumma, in my opinion, is the better keeper. Unai Simon doesn't have a ton of experience as well, especially, at the national team. I think that Donnarumma, no, I don't think any advantage really goes to a keeper in a shootout, but if I was going to pick one who has got a better vertical or a better reach, who's got a little bit more experience saving pens, I would put my money on Donnarumma. Do you do any other work instead of YouTube? So I was an insurance broker full-time while doing YouTube up until a couple weeks ago. And then we're doing some stuff for Borussia Dortmund. We're focusing a little bit more on the channel, and I am still doing some. Oh, that's a nice ball. Does very, very well both times there. I still do some insurance stuff on the side, so I still got a little bit of money coming in, focusing on the channel for this season, and hopefully doing some more stuff with Dortmund is my goal for the upcoming season. Oh, that's a nice ball. Spain do look like the more lively team here in extra time, though, guys. That was a huge opportunity, though, from Spain. It's a nice ball in from Gerard Moreno. Donnarumma does so well to get there just before Morata. Gets the punch in. Well, then I guess either way. Italy are getting tired. Italy are, man. They need to defend, and they need to defend well. Italy has the more defensive unit out there, so they are tired. They are probably going to sit back, and I think it's going to be a little interesting to see how Spain does and if they actually do go for this or not. Sadly, yeah. We're approaching 3 minutes, or about under 3 minutes, until we get to the second half of extra time before a penalty shootout. Luke Carrier says, "Go Italy." Yeah, I want to see Italy win. They look exhausted, though, and it's... Oh, that's almost a good ball. It is tough having these players being so tired the way that they are. And then they're going to have to go and play the finals after doing an extra 30. Neither one of these countries wanted to do that. But we're going to have to see. Nice header there. Approaching the final minutes. Final minutes. Luke Carrier says, "Go Italy." Does anybody in the chat want Spain to win? And does anyone care? Or is everyone basically Italy? Last time Spain and Italy met, I believe in the Euros, maybe I'm wrong about this, but it would have been the final where Spain absolutely pumped them 4-0. So this would be a nice little bit revenge for the Italians, but I don't know, man. Semi-final shooter at this stage is just nerve-wracking. But we're 30 seconds away. Who does Mancini coach on the club level? So when you're an international coach, you don't coach club level, but he coached Manchester City. He had the famous City... Oh, that's a good ball by Llorente. But cleared out in the end by Italy. Mancini was a part of that famous Manchester City team that won it last minute with that Aguero goal. He's also coached Zenit, I believe, and Inter Milan as well. But now he has done such a good job with the Italians as the first half of extra time is out of way. There's one more half to go and maybe penalty shootouts. White says Danny Olmo is mom for me. Olmo. Isaiah. Aguero. Yes, that was a famous season. That is Mancini's fame. Oh, man. Isaiah remembers that pretty in-depthly. He's got it on there. 93 minutes, 21 seconds, I believe is what you're saying. Or 21 seconds, it was Aguero's goal. That was Mancini's claim to fame. And then it looked like Mancini was almost a little washed up until he was able to take over the Italian squad. And he's done unbelievable things with it. But we're heading closer here to a penalty shootout, boys and girls. Angie, can't forget you. Mom, man of the match. White, I don't know. Does anyone else agree with that? Who do you guys say your man of the match is today? Taking a look, Olmo was good. Olmo was good. He's been very lively. I thought Busquets has had a decent game. I still think Olmo has been better. Chiesa has been impressive. But yeah, I guess I'd agree with you. Olmo or Chiesa for me are the man of the match. But this marks 10 years since that title season. It was cool. I watched that game live as a neutral, but I was like, you know what? I want to see this thing done. And not even a City fan, but that Aguero goal stays in my memory for quite some time now. But second half, we'll be getting ready to get going here. I feel like there's a lot more Italian fans in the stadium than not. But Busquets is coming off for Thiago. And I think that's about right. He was one of the subs I was having a feeling that would maybe go on. He's a good penalty taker. He can be defensive. He can also be offensive if he needs to break down the lines, which I feel like Spain will be doing a little bit more than Italy in the second half here. But we're getting going. It's going to be showtime. We're going all this way. I'm kind of hoping that there's going to be a penalty shootout. Catalina says, "Hi Josh, I'm glad that you are fully hyped for the Italian to eliminate the Spaniards, but for me, we're getting ready to the opening day of the Gold Cup, Mexico and Canada together." Catalina, how you doing? So Catalina, I take it you want Italy to win as well. I feel like most people on this chat do. But it does look like Bernardeschi is getting ready as well. So two players that I was recommending and suggesting that would be subbed on. Looks like they both are. I think is it Chiesa? I'd be surprised if it was Chiesa. But Bernardeschi looks to be coming on. Thiago was already put on for Busquets. I don't know who's going to be coming off for Bernardeschi. Was it Chiesa? Or was it Di Lorenzo? Kind of looks like it might have been Di Lorenzo who went off. But Bernardeschi is on. White's excited about it. Let me know who got subbed off for Bernardeschi. I can't tell right now. Angie said that they should have brought on Thiago sooner. I agree with that, especially if they're when attacking. He's a much better creator than Busquets would be, for example. But depending on how they want this tempo to go, I don't know if that had any influence on them holding off for a little bit. But both of these subs have both managers taking a look at the penalty shootout. How do you feel about the 2021-2022 BVB kits? Because I personally think they're not that good. I don't think they're that good either. They're not my preferred kit. I gave them a 7 out of 10. I think a 7 out of 10 is fair. I don't know. What do you guys think with Dortmund's new kits? 7 out of 10? Is that fair? Chiesa is coming off, though, for Bernardeschi. So, I mean, it's an attacker for an attacker. I don't think it... Bernardeschi, I believe, is supposed to be better, or be further up the pecking order for penalties than Chiesa would, so... I don't know. Thiago's coming in with a late free kick here. Thiago went for it. Very poor in the end. But Spain still do have another sub to make. Italy has used all their subs up. The 2019 BBB tournaments were sick. They were. The blackout kits stand out to me. I really like their home kits, the 2011 ones. 2011, 2012. Bernardeschi, nice little flick off there, but does very well in the end. Drop a like, guys, if you haven't done so yet on the stream. And put your penalty predictions if you think that's where this thing is going. Because I kind of am under the impression that's where I think it's going. But Garcia went down with what looks like a knock. I want Balotelli-Mancini reunion. I don't think that would be good for anybody. The blackout Dortmund kits should be re-released along with the neon yellow kits. Those are my two favorite kits, and I think those are probably pretty obvious kits to pick. The blackout kits were just something special, man. Something special those blackout kits were, and I didn't even get my hands on one. But Garcia is coming off, and Spain did use their final substitution. It is Pau Torres coming on for Eric Garcia, so this one looked like it might have been a forced substitution, so this one I don't think has anything to do with pens. Your prediction of the game was low-key correct. I said 0-0, maybe 1-0 Italy after extra time, but I had a feeling it'd go to a penalty shootout. So, I mean, someone still can take it here. There's about 10 minutes to go before the penalty shootout starts. So, I don't know, man. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I don't know. I see both of them kind of playing out. The substitutions speak volumes. It seems like both will be going for penalty shootouts. But saying that, Bernardeschi just had a Berardi just had a massive opportunity there. Cut in a couple times. White says he's picking 5-4 Italy on pens. Oh. Italy scored, but it's offside. Oh, man. Offside flag came up quick. Yeah, and he's definitely offside. The line did very well to hold itself there, but that was a nice finish in the end, but that flag went up very quickly. Shrek says his prediction is 7-3 Poland. The prediction is so spot on, I don't even know how to debate it. 7-3 Poland is the penalty predictions. Considering that Poland's not in, and that's an impossible penalty shootout scoreline, I respect it. But there's 10 to go, guys. My prediction is 10-1 Conte. Yeah, wow. Can't get over these predictions. Nice ball there. But I believe Spain's probably going to have most of the possession here in the final 10. Probably try to keep the Italians at bay, because the Italians have had the better chances here in extra time. Why Poland? They got destroyed by Sweden. I don't know. Shrek has got a thing for the Polish squads. And Isaiah has a thing for Conte. So, the predictions kind of speak for themselves. A nice ball there. Here comes Marcos Llorente. To find Rodri. Jordi Alba. Isaiah says, what do you think of the 2021 MLS All-Star jersey? I have not seen it yet. So, maybe I'll have to Google it and take a look, but I haven't seen it yet. What do you think? Does it look nice? Gio Reyna isn't on Elite, the Netflix. The reason I said Gio Reyna is on Netflix show Elite was because the actor of the show looks like him. Okay. I was genuinely curious. That makes more sense. I was like, all right, taking up Netflix. That's smart. But we're getting closer to this penalty shootout, ladies and gentlemen. Isaiah says that the kits could be better. Well, that's not that good. That's not what you want to hear. Thiago taking a look. Running out of space. Oh, they got to be careful, man. Spain is putting a little bit of bodies up here. If they turn over the ball like that, Italy can hit on the break. But Alba does very well there to win the ball back. 8 minutes to go. Finds Pedri. I feel like it's so cruel for one of these teams to get knocked out at this stage in a shootout. But I don't know. I feel like most of the chat and probably I think most people want Italy to win. I could be misspeaking, but we'll have to see. Isaiah just DM'd me the message on Instagram or Twitter. I'm assuming Instagram. I'm going to go to Instagram. It's my guess. I was wrong. It must have been Twitter, Isaiah. Who do you think will win between the MLS All-Stars and Liga MX All-Stars? I think it's hard because I think Mexican League's better. But I think in terms of All-Stars, more All-Stars go to the MLS. So, I don't know. It depends. Back in black. I think they look... I don't know. I think they look decent. I don't know. They're not, like, spectacular, but I'm someone who really likes black kits. Black kits fire me up. I don't know why. I think there's a nice look about them. So I did like those kits, but you know. Well, technically I wasn't wrong. A goal did go in. Oh, there you go. Angie, it's a good way of looking at it. But here comes the Italians. Oh, that would have been a huge. I think Berardi would have been gone there. I think that was Laporte who did well there, man. Because I think he would have been through. 5 to go. Almost got it. Finds Alvaro Morata. Morata with a poor ball in the end, but Marcus Llorente, the little engine that could, did so well there. To find Pedri. It's a poor ball. Poor ball by Moreno. Spain can kill you with the 1,000 passes that they put together at the edge of losing a game. They can, and at this late stage of a match, where your legs are tired, your mind is tired, and you got to defend, it's not easy to do. And Spain are so good at holding on to the ball. So, if you're Italy, you want to sit back and you want to be very, very careful going forward and what you're going to do, because this team can hit you and can hit you hard. Possession 65-35. So that's about what I predicted. I think it's exactly what I predicted. I predicted about 65-35. Doesn't mean it's going to end up like that. There's still about 5 or so to play, but it's just how this Spanish side plays, man. Yeah, Spain's always been able to do that. Spain has always been able to put together crazy amount of passes, crazy amount of possession, but a lot of the times they don't do a whole lot with it. They don't have the number 9 like they used to with David Villa. They severely lack. If they had a world-class striker, this Spanish squad would be deadly. They're still a good squad, still a good team, but they don't take their chances. They just dominate possession for possession's sake. Sancho unfollowed Brandt on Insta. What happened to them? I have no idea. I think that's kind of weird. I didn't know. Are you sure they were ever following each other? Imagine if Diego Costa was still good. Yeah, Diego Costa never performed very well for Spain, though. Diego Costa was a phenomenal striker at one stage. Angie says that the passes is 200s for Italy to 800 for Spain. But there's a foul given there. Under 3 minutes to go before we head to a penalty shootout here in the semifinals between Italy and Spain. Bonucci just picked up a yellow. I think he got Morata in the chest. Barely, but well done to Morata to rip out a yellow, but penalties are on the horizon. I don't think there's going to be any extra time here. Maybe a minute, but I think this thing's heading right to extra times. But Elite Ninja says yes, that Sancho unfollowed Brandt on Instagram. Maybe they never liked each other throughout the time they were together. I'm not sure. That is a little bit weird, though. Nice ball. Sends it out wide. Wasn't Diego Costa supposed to have played for Brazil? He did play for Brazil. He played a couple of friendlies for Brazil. He lived in Spain for 5 years, which allowed him to do a switch because he never played a competitive match for Brazil. He took that to full advantage and represented Spain. But we're getting close. I'm ready to see a shootout. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to see a shootout. Josh, what do you think of England and Denmark? Do you think either of those teams can get better of Italy or Spain? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think England's a stronger team than a lot of people think. I still think the winner of this match should win Euro 2020. I'm hoping that Italy do it, but I want Denmark to win. So my goal is for the Danes to win, but we got a super chat on the channel from Jimmy. Jimmy, I appreciate the donation, my man. And for those of you guys who don't know, every super chat that you do gets you put into a kit draw. So Jimmy, I appreciate the donation, my man. And you are now entered into the kit draw, which we will do at the end of the month. And the winner of the draw will win a kit. So at the end of July, we'll do the draw. Members automatically get put into the draw, and Jimmy just got that. And he says Italy deserves to win. He's fuming about it. So hopefully, for Jimmy's sake, the Italians can take it in the penalty shootout. But we appreciate the super chat, my man. With about 20 seconds to go here before we head to a penalty shootout. Shrek says Diego Costa has no club, and he does not. Diego Costa's injuries put a wicked amount of injuries on him, which obviously just completely stopped him, and he was able to get away from it. But there it is, guys. We're going to a penalty shootout, baby. It's going to pens. It's going to pens. Put your predictions in now, guys. Drop a like on the chat if you haven't done so. I'm saying 4-3 Italy. 4-3 Italy in penalty shootout. That's my prediction. Let's hear what you guys have to say. Tomorrow is a BBB showdown of Delaney and Jude. I strongly predict that Denmark will eliminate England in Southgate's final dance. Catalina, I'm hoping you're right. Could Prob J have scored display for the watch-alongs? I come in out of work and like, what's the score? Squinting my eyes. Oh, can you not see the display? Let me pull it up. See if I can fix it for you. Ah, you can't. Well, we're waiting for a penalty shootout here, so maybe that's a little bit better for you guys. Try to make that nice there. The usual display for watch-alongs will come back once Producer T comes back, and for the Dortmund games. But this is our make-do setup for the Euros. But we got some penalties coming in. Let's see how we are doing here. Pens, 5-4 Italy from Arnold. Third time that these two are going to pens, says Angie. 7-3 Italy on pens from Catalino. Wild prediction here. 4-3 Spain on pens. 5-4 Italy on pens. 7-6 Italy on pens from Isaiah. Jimmy says 3-2 Italy, so expecting some poor penalty takers in today's match. James says, thanks, Josh. Not a problem, my man. But hopefully that's a little bit better for you. But yeah, our usual display will be better when the Dortmund games start back up. But I changed my mind. 13-6 for Poland. You guys are wild. You guys are wild. Drop a like, guys. Get us to 40 likes before this penalty shootout gets going here. Subscribe if you guys are new. And let's see how this thing plays out. Imagine if Morata kicks it all the way back to Spain. Oh. Alright, I'm assuming the chat is going for Italy. That is my guess. I am going for the Italians. Getting some last-minute hugs for the keepers. Isaiah says 39-0 for Pulisic. We got some interesting predictions here on the channel. Last-minute advice for Donnarumma. See how this thing goes. I do enjoy a penalty shootout, man. I really do. Just so much pressure. It's Chiellini. It's Alba. The two captains. Busquets came off. Oh, man. It'd be so cruel for Italy to go out, man. It'd be so cruel for them to go out. Based on their shootout versus the Swiss, I have no faith in Spain. True. And now I go for the Italians. I'm going for the Italians as well. Let me know who you guys are going for. You can still put in your predictions if you haven't done so already. Jimmy says North Macedonia is going to win it all. Chiellini looks right fired up. I don't know how he's doing it, man. I bet you. I bet you. Chiellini takes a shot here, man. There's a lot of love going on between the two. Donnarumma, Unai Simon. Chiellini is fired up. It's weird. I don't know, man. Chiellini was literally just picking Jordi Alba up, shaking him around like a little doll. Yeah, maybe it is to get in his head. I don't know. I found that very strange. But I bet you Chiellini takes one of the pens. Let me know who you guys, if you have time to do so. Let me know if you think Chiellini is gonna take a pen or not. Because I don't know, man. If I see someone as confident as that, I'm hoping that he takes that penalty. But Locatelli is gonna be the first one to take the penalty today. A lot of pressure. This man has had a good tournament as well. Verratti came back and took his spot. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's a big moment for this young man. Italy did shoot first, and like history tells us, if you shoot first in a penalty shootout, you're the favorites to win it. The Italians look nervous AF. Locatelli's the first one to go. For the first pen. Oh! Unai Simon! Locatelli had a good breakout tournament here, but just foot was on the line. It's a good save. Damn, man. That was a bad pen. Mr. Soto's fired up as Dani Olmo comes up for the first kick for Spain. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one for Locatelli. It sucks when you have a good tournament, and if you go out, that's the last thing that they're going to remember. It was a good save, though, by Simon, though. So what can Dani Olmo do? From 12 yards. Against Donnarumma. Oh! Blast that one way over the net. The Italians are fired up too. Two pretty poor pens to start off, man. Worse than Switzerland's pens. Yeah, man, you don't hit it with that much power and height. You got to go low. Belotti's coming up. He takes pens for Torino. I'm assuming more of a cool finish this time. The Italians got off pretty easy in the first round. Still 0-0. Belotti's coming in, taking a very straight-on run. Simon trying to get in his head. A lot of movement. Oh, that's how you take a penalty. That is how you take a penalty. Simon did very well to guess the right way. Fully stretched, still couldn't reach it. Hit with pace, precision, and low. Great penalty. Chiellini fired right up. Fired right up. Almo just can't score in this tournament. No, he can't, man. Now it's time for Gerard Moreno, someone else who is also very good at taking pens. He did have a penalty miss earlier on in this tournament. Put one off the post. But I believe he scored one in the other shootout. So Gerard Moreno. Oh, gets very lucky. Gets very, 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 very lucky. It was a nice pen, but the height did get it. The height did get it, but it was close. Bonucci now coming up. Big old center back. Two strikers go. They both score. Now it's time for a center back. See what he can do. I think Unai Simon is doing a little bit of head games moving around this line. But he stayed firm this one. But Bonucci as cool as you like. Nice penalty for center back. It was, man. That was calm. That was cool. And now Thiago's coming on. The reason why he got subbed on is he is good at taking pens. He's taken them before. Probably better at taking it than Busquets would have been. And that's why he's on, man. That's an excellent penalty. That was an absolutely beautiful penalty from Thiago. Little skip. Probably my favorite pen. It always looks nicer when it's as easy as that. Belotti had to hit it with pace, but Bernardeschi's now coming on up. Another player who was subbed on for the reason of taking a penalty. He's a lefty, which can sometimes play with a keeper. Bernardeschi versus Unai Simon. Oh, what a pen. Simon was playing mind games, jumping on his line there. But he hit it with pace and he hit it with precision. And he put it in a bit of a dangerous position, but it was right in the roof of the net. Simon could not get there. Advantage Italy, man. Another beautiful pen. White says that was the best pen. Definitely don't like Busquets taking penalty. And Isaiah says, I told you, Josh, high pens are good. They can be if they're hit like that. But if they're not hit very convincingly, a keeper can definitely get there. Here comes Morata. Oh, Alvaro. Oh, Alvaro Morata. You don't make it easy on yourself, do you? Oh my God. The poor guy. He just doesn't. It's a poor pen. It wasn't in the corner. But of course it had to be him. Of course it had to be Morata, man. And Isaiah even said Morata is up with the dots. Oh, man. I feel bad. I feel bad. It had to be him. And now Jorginho, who's an unbelievable penalty taker. For the win. 4-2 on pens. Unai Simon has to say this or Italy are going through. Chiellini knows it's going in. Chiellini's fired right up. Jorginho with the little hop, skip, and a jump. Oh my. As easy as you'd like. And Italy have booked a spot in the finals. And the penalty couldn't get much nicer than that. That's... Oh, man. Big shout out to Italy. That penalty, I mean, was just beautiful. Alvaro's going to be the most hated man in Italy if he wasn't already basically that. Spain crash out in the semis. Italy will be in Spain without the S because... joke, but I want Spain to win. Mr. Soto, unfortunately, the Italians have taken it on. And it had to be Alvaro Morata. I was one penalty away from guessing it right. Yeah, I said 4-3. Yeah, I think, Jimmy, you and I had the same guess. 4-3. I had 4-3 Italy. But Jorginho, man. Oh. Morata will be loved by Juve now. Oh, Shrek, excellent comment. That has to be comment of the game. The Italians love it, though, man. They absolutely love it. I just want to watch Jorginho's penalty one more time. It couldn't be hit and taken any cooler than that. Absolutely beautiful. We all love Jorginho. It's all over. Big shout out to the Italians booking a place in the finals, guys. We're going to wrap it up there. It's a long-ass watch-along. We appreciate it. Watch-along will be back tomorrow for the England versus Denmark game. So if you haven't already, be sure to drop a like on your way out of the stream. Subscribe if you guys are new, and hopefully we'll see you for tomorrow's watch-along. Cheers, guys. Appreciate you tuning in with me, and we'll talk to you guys soon.